All right, so I will get us into the scene here since it's I had to miss last week, so my apologies to players and viewers and all. But we had this intense battle. Thaxel was face to face. Thaxel and crew, of course, were face to face with Bray Revis. And this intense battle that was drawing them back and forth from the prime material plane into the Shadowfell, grappling for this magical item that was another pendant piece to Thaxel's pendant. Wow, there was so much. I think Nobelle fell unconscious at least a time or two. It was all within the confines of this wizard tower, almost an old guard tower on Lake Ander. They managed to kill Bray, only for Thaxel to find as they were leaving that the body was not responding to being brought back to life and stabilized. Rolling really well on a check, determined that he himself was likely a form of somewhere under the Lich umbrella where the soul had departed and was likely heading back to a phylactery. Aga made sure to find and take the spell book that he saw Bray using. Dina had traveled to keep a careful eye on Nobelle, along with everyone else sort of flying out into the woods nearby. And I'll do our opening scene that should cover the rest and put us into the groove. At the end, I should mention, though, that Nobelle said she knows a person that can find this phylactery and put an end to this. Or can at least...
I know a guy.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, here we go. Found at last, Bray fought a fierce battle. Though he fell in the end, he had another trick up his sleeve. His soul was now returning to a phylactery. He would return again soon and have new targets. Faces he would not soon forget. In a camp just outside Lake Ander's waters, the party, now battle-worn, takes a much-needed rest. As they mull about camp, a massive wave of shadowy, dark energy washes over them as it engulfs the forest. Leaves rot and fall from their limbs. Branches crack and drop to the ground as though they've aged 100 years. Linens wear and tear away, all behind the wave of energy. The party now sits in a field of death. The forest rotted away in one fell swoop, watching the tsunami of dark energy rush away in the distance, stealing the life of the forest in the process. And that's where we'll jump in. I think Dina was somewhat away from the crew, meditating or praying or something along those lines. I can't quite recall, but I remember her having a vision.
I remember her, she went to commune in the forest or something like that.
Yeah, with the pale lady or something. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. Actually, I think we do. I think she told us.
All right. So, where would you like to... Oh, yeah, episode 50. Shame on us. Why don't we have anything going on?
I don't... Well, in honor of that, I'm wearing Halloween-related stuff. But it's also because it's October 1st, and it's my favorite month ever.
Awesome. Oh, the Jack Skellybone. Jack Skellington sweater. Nice.
Maybe I'll find my witch hat, and I'll bring it out, and that'll be our episode 50 treat.
Nice. Oh, I think our biggest treat isn't on us back, so we'll just take that.
I planned it for
aside.
episode 50.
Nice.
Yes, yes. That's
Excellent.
Surprise!
Woot woot.
Okay, so my most important question.
Yes.
We only did like a short rest, or was it a long rest? Like
We haven't rested yet.
We're starting, like we made camp and we're about to start a long rest.
Yeah, I'm about to
when
cast the
this
hut. And we're
Okay.
thing happened.
Yes.
So we're just post the fight?
We've like gotten away from the tower, and then the tower had like a wave of necrotic energy that burst forth from it, and then we were standing in the forest conversing briefly about Revis's body, and then Dina did her communion thing, and I snatched the spellbook.
So maybe this is a good time to talk about impulsive natures.
Is
You
this
might
a
be
character?
right, Ari.
There's been so much going on. Faxel, I can't even imagine addressing. Well, I've got my own shit going on if that presented me in the face. But I think this is a good time to realize that if we keep doing this, one of us is going to die. And while I'm not too attached to, like a lot of you, I'm attached to some of you, we're gonna die. Because we all just rush in because that's what some of us want to do, which is fine. We're there. Clearly we can handle it. But I think you would have gotten your final death if we would have just taken some time.
He doesn't deserve time.
You
Well-
deserve to do it right.
Well, I mean, I have plans.
Daxel, might I ask, how long have you been waiting to find these men?
Well, math is hard.
I know.
How old was I?
I don't know, Daxel.
Hang on, let me pull up my backstory.
13 years?
13
Well-
years. So,
We'll say 13 because it's October.
13 years. So, I think the point Aries trying to make is maybe waiting a few more weeks to do this properly isn't going to hurt, right? I mean,
That depends if you want to go find this lich before he reforms or not.
we
Speaking
fought him
of-
when he was formed. We
Speaking
can
of
find again.
reforming and liches
Yeah,
and phylacteries,
it takes a lich anywhere from 1 to 10 days to reform a new body. If you destroy the phylactery while his soul is in there before he reforms, then that's it. He's toast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Remind me again. Who is this person, Daxel, that you found?
Oh, so when I was like banished and shit.
We noticed.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of I saved her ass a couple times, and she saved me initially, and now she knows where we can. Yeah, this is Nobella, Nutella, and this is my group that go and introduce. This is Rhea, that's Ari, that's Dina. I think that's Aggie, Aga, Age.
Aga. It's fine.
Aga. I knew that. Okay. Did I mess everybody? I don't think I
That's
messed
all.
everybody.
It's so
Yeah.
hard. It's so hard not to just giggle this whole time. Oh.
So
All right.
yeah, she knows stuff. She helped me on the other side. So
I've been hunting these idiots for quite some time now, so I owe them a few punches myself.
Oh, so even more reason for us to do this right and do maybe a little bit of reconnaissance and go in with a little bit more of a plan, right?
If you want to, if you want to catch him before he gets a new body, then no, we don't have time.
No, I kind of want him to have a new body so we can kill him.
Well, if
I'm
you
not
kill him,
worried.
the same thing is just going to happen again. His soul is going to leave. He's going to find the phylactery again, and then yet another body, and it's just an endless cycle.
Yeah,
We
that's my
have a plan
message.
for the soul.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the soul. It's just that some of us got a little bit impulsive in there and excited and killed him outright instead of keeping him unconscious. Mm-hmm.
You see Aga setting up a ritual circle off to the side.
I'm keeping
No,
a very
I'll do-
close eye on him with the book.
Ari, you and I actually, not sure how much of it you remember because of your perception of reality and whatnot, but you and I actually traveled most of the few days from Paelay to this site on the same horse and had several conversations. So we're actually at least friendly.
Okay. Don't kill him in his sleep in the book. Got it.
I mean, here, you want to read some of the book? I don't mind sharing bedtime stories.
I think that inside my head. No, don't kill him for the book.
Don't worry, Thaxel. We're gonna get him, and you'll get to do everything you've wanted to him. And I suppose we can save some pieces for your new friend as well. I just want us to do it right the next time, so it's just one more time. I think that's what Ari wants to. Yeah.
Guys, isn't torture better than outright death?
Well, that's my whole plan. Like, or when this, like, we killed him and then we were gonna just bring him back, and then I had plans and then it didn't work. But it's okay. I've mauled what's left of his body, so I feel
That's fantastic.
this much better. Just
Where is his body?
up where we left it, but there's really nothing left. It's kind of gross if you're not used to seeing a creature mauled by an animal. So
How far away would that have been, Dan? Yeah, I thought it was on her horse.
You had it on your horse, and so I think it's nearby-ish. Maybe not in the campsite, but probably close-ish.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's been like 2 weeks. Yeah, no, but I did maul him and I ate his eyeballs.
Oh, fantastic. Ari, would you mind coming to help me? I just want to make sure we got everything off of him. I want to strip his body clean. I want to look on every piece of cloth, make sure there's nothing hidden. Look for any weird scars.
All ritual detect magic all over the body.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. So you start, Ray, make an investigation check on his body. Aga, your
Do
ritual...
I get help because Ari's helping me?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, with advantage, yep.
And I ritual detect magic.
You know what? You can start adding a +3, Rhea, to any inspection to identify magic items, because that's your whole background.
Oh,
so
awesome.
if you want to make a note of that.
Yes, I will. Yeah, I will.
I'll add it to Fantasy Grounds, too, to be in there. But...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I rolled the same thing on both.
Ooh, hopefully that's good.
17. Yeah, it was. Hold on. So, wait. Okay, so 26.
Okay. You start, you definitely detect magic. You see the body is torn and ripped and mushed, put and pulverized into just fibers here and there. But the cloak that he's wearing seems completely unharmed. And there's some items in his pocket. As you start going through that, Aga, your ritual finishes casting.
So as I'm kind of gathering up the last of the ingredients for the spell, I'll say, "Hey, Thaxel, can you come here for a minute? I need your help." And I'm kind of sitting cross-legged in a magic spell thing.
I'm not going to enter that circle, but I'll be in front of you.
He's just going to hold his hand out for help up.
My hands are bloodied. Do you only want me to touch you?
I was raised by devils. Do you really think I care? He's just going to have his hand out.
Okay, fine.
He's going to let her help him up. And as they kind of get close when you have to, he's going to just put his hand on the amulet and finish casting Identify.
Nice.
I'm going to smack you upside the head.
He is terrified that you are about to be possessed by Revis. He is terrified that that's literally his phylactery.
Nice.
Can I slap him upside the head?
Oh, yeah, you can slap him. He's not going to stop you. He knows he's breaking the rules. He'll take it, and his eyes are glossed over from the spell. Yeah.
Perfect. All the inner workings and machinations of this item, now 2 items in one, are processed in your mind. And I'm actually going to send you all the details because some Thaxel doesn't know yet.
Okay.
But you are aware of you are assessing 2 independent pieces that are sort of combined for one now. There is a bolstering effect, having 2 instead of 1.
Okay.
You're aware of that first thing that she can do with her lightning damage, which but I'll send it all in a document. However, it is not a phylactery and it is not cursed. It is in fact a straight up magical item, safe.
Fantastic.
Right hand.
Okay, that's what he was looking for, and he'll just go. He's not in there, and kind of like reeling from being slapped, and he'll kind of like, I just wanted to make sure that Revis wasn't coming along for a ride. Sorry.
Do not touch me again. Snap. And walk off.
Nobelle is kind of just sitting by the fire, watching at her 1 hit point and just kind of laughing to herself. So this is amusing.
I pull out. Me and Rhea find the cloak and some magic stuff in the pockets. When I'm guiding her to where it is, and when she finds it, can I pull out my book and then cast Identify as a ritual?
Nice, absolutely.
Get it, girl.
You're gonna have to make a pile. Magic items. And Vic, I have to send you a quick message.
Oh gosh.
If there's a whole bunch of items and we need to identify them quickly, I'll just help her with it. We can both power through it real quick. Although I will suggest to the party that, like, maybe I should just cast the hut, since there was just a necrotic ritual that went off in the forest, and maybe we should just all get within a safe zone.
I can
Just
work
an
with
idea.
this. Why don't you do that, please?
Yeah. And
I like
I'll
to-
start casting Lament's tiny hut.
Okay.
I like to imagine, like, as soon as we were getting we found all the magic stuff and getting ready to set up, we heard the slap, and Ari just yells out, "I got boundaries!" And she's, like, putting the stuff.
Awesome, huh? Beautiful. All right, so Ari, as you're, Ray, you're taking these and sort of cleaning some of the guts and pulp off of them and moving things off to the side. The first item is the cloak that he's wearing. It has sort of like that infinity scarf sort of part to the cloak, and a couple layers that drape over the shoulders, and one under that covers the chest, and another one that covers the torso, all leathery color. Like a dark brown, almost black, leathery color, and with a green hide color that flows out below that for the bottom half, that runs down past the waist and down towards the knees or so. What stands out as you are flipping about the back cape is these 2. They almost look like squid arms. And that at the end they have spikes instead of suction cups. And Ari, as you're scanning over this and using your spell, you identify this as a cloak of displacement. So while you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn. This property is suppressed while you are incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise unable to move. Would be the first item. Ari, being very familiar with secret pockets in cloaks and such, make sure to paw around and look as best you can for those things. Where is it? And you find a small gosh, I don't think there's cardboard per se, but some sort of cardboard like material wrapped in paper and with a fine design around the outside, and it appears to hold a few cards in it.
No.
We'll put it with the other card that we have. It's going into the don't touchy pile.
But as you're
I
casting,
like how you say
Identify-
that, and literally every single one of us are like,
No.
like
I'm gonna
meerkats.
put that immediately in the don't touchy pile.
Oh my god. Dan, why?
It's you find that it's actually a deck of illusions, so not as dangerous as let's see. Let me see. I have to subtract real quick here. It has 17 cards inside, and you know that this box contains this set of parchment cards. The magic of the deck functions only if cards are drawn at random. You can use an action to draw a card at random from the deck and throw it to the ground at any point within 30 feet of you. An illusion of one or more creatures forms over the thrown card and remains until dispelled. An illusory creature appears real, of the appropriate size, and behaves as if it were a real creature, as presented in the monster manual, except that it can do no harm. While you are within 120 feet of the illusory creature, you can see it. You can use an action to move it magically anywhere within 30 feet of its card. Any physical interaction with the illusory creature reveals it to be an illusion because this objects can pass through it. Someone who uses an action to visually inspect it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you all know how that goes, but I'll read it if you don't. It's a DC 15 intelligent investigation check to see if they notice it's an illusion. And the illusion lasts until the card is moved or illusion is dispelled. When the illusion ends, the image on its card disappears and that card can't be used again. But there's a whole boatload. I've got a table here to draw from when anyone, if and when anyone wants to use
Technically, we have
those.
17 uses of this deck.
Yes, 17, uses. Mm-hmm.
Does it count as random if it's the last card?
We wouldn't know all the possibilities.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'll give a quick rundown. Red Dragon, Knight and 4
Oh, you're
guards.
gonna tell us.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, you know, with your identify, I imagine you know the whole thing. Now you I won't give the correlation between which card, but you'd know that. But there's Red Dragon, Knight and 4 guards, Succubus or Incubus, Druid, Cloud Giant, Etten, Bugbear, Goblin, Beholder, Archmage and Mage Apprentice, Night Hag, Assassin, Fire Giant, Ogre Mage, Gnoll. This is all the cards, not just the 17. Ogre Mage, Gnoll, Kobold, Lich, Priest and 2 Acolytes, Medusa, Veteran, Frost Giant, Troll, Hobgoblin, Goblin, Iron Golem, Bandit Captain and 3 Bandits, Aaron, yes, Berserker, Hill Giant, Ogre, Orc, Kobold. And you. The Jokers are you. And there's 2 Jokers, potentially, out of 34 cards. So you're not sure which ones are in here, but...
As I finish, I have the deck and the cloak, and I look at Rhea, and I hand her the cloak. Keep her, sell. Hand her the deck. Don't sell.
All right. I'll put the deck in the bag of holding. Unless you think it can fit in my pouch of plenty. Is it small enough to go in?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll put it in the pouch of plenty.
Okay.
And then I'll just hold on to the cloak for the moment.
Speaking of your bag of holding,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming at this point I've finished the dome and we all step in. Could I reach in for a moment? I put something in there earlier. I want to see if it's out yet.
You can tell us what to reach in there after what you played on Thaxel.
Well, yeah, I was to say, do I remember him putting something in there?
You weren't. I don't think that you were physically here for the session, but when we fought the Death Tyrant and we killed a Flame Skull, I scooped up the remnants and put it in the bag of holding because I wanted to animate it later.
Okay. Would I recall that is probably what you're asking for?
I'll outright tell you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just want to pull the Flame Skull out, see if I can't animate it.
I'll pull it out for you.
I mean, I've got gauntleted hand. I mean, okay.
Sorry.
I'll touch it.
Get it out of my hands. I might get
All right. And then it's a skull, right?
Hmm?
Right? I'm going to put my hands through it and be like a puppet. My name is this.
Well, okay. First of all, when she hands it to me, I'm assuming it's still a skull, yeah?
Right? Me?
No, which?
This is the
Wait.
flame skull from the Death Tyrant fight that I skipped.
Oh, that was broken into a bunch. It's like pieces of a skull. Mhm.
Okay.
Dang it.
So
Can you fix this?
I'm working on it.
Okay, I want to
would-
make it into a puppet.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's to make up for you touching me.
Okay. And I'm going to do my best to use the Animate Dead spell to literally create a flame skull under my control. I don't know if I can or not. That's kind of up to DM
It'd be
Fiat.
difficult, but I'm not going to say no. Roll an Arcana check with a substantially high DC, but
Okay,
manageable
all right.
with your bonus.
My bonus is only 4, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see
It'll be
how this
tight.
goes. Yeah. All right. Ooh. 20? 16 plus 4?
I will give that to you. Hmm.
Yes.
What color do you want the flame to be? You have sort of control of this creation while you've got it summoned.
I'm going to have it be like blue and white, kind of like ice, just like my armor.
Nice.
So,
Okay. It forms, all the pieces return to a skull, and it's this little flame inside that starts burning up around its form and starts floating up above a little bit, hovering.
I'm gonna lean over to it and whisper really quickly, and then I'm gonna step to the side, and it's gonna look at Thaxel, and it's gonna say, "Are you happy now?" And it's gonna like do that as I move my hands like this.
Perfect.
I wanted to control the puppet.
I'll literally grab it by the head and hold it out to her. I'll be like, "It doesn't mind. It doesn't have feelings."
I take it. I move it.
It goes, "Ah, ah, 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 ah."
My name is Revis, and I'm a butthead.
It goes, "My name's Ray Ray. I'm about that." Anyway, when I whispered to it, I told it, "Do whatever the lizard folk tells you." And so, you have a new familiar, Thaxel.
For how long?
Until it dies, or until I stop casting every day to control it. Side note, what level do I have to cast the spell at for that? I feel like I would have known this beforehand, but I gotta ask you.
To continue doing this?
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, I think that I'd say the spell itself can be whatever the normal is. It'll be like an Arcana check each time you have to cast it to see if you can force this to take its form again, which will probably get easier the more you do it,
Okay,
DC wise.
gotcha.
Seeing the skull gives Rhea an idea. Thaxel, before we leave, shouldn't you go over to that body and I don't know, do your lizard folk thing with his bones, so that way you have a weapon to torture him with? You know, torture him with his own body.
Why didn't I think about this before?
Well, I mean, Aga made you a new toy. You were a little distracted.
I know. Look at it.
I
It's so
see it. It is very cute.
Does it float beside me?
Yeah, it's literally just following you around. And it's also repeating what you say.
Oh god, there's 2 of them.
I'm so
Yeah, that's gonna get tiring fast. Aga.
I mean, can I tell it not to repeat, but it can mouth me?
You can tell it to do whatever you want.
Just mouth me, but don't be vocal about it, okay? It needs a name. I will think of a name. And I'm gonna
Name
go
me
out
your
to
sex tape? Just mouth me, but don't be loud about it?
After dark.
Nice.
Where's our warning, Dan?
Where's our warning?
Oh, you're right.
At the break. I'll have to pull
Yes.
it on the break.
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to Rhea and like grab her by the shoulders. You are motherfucking brilliant. And I want to go over and do my cutting artisan trick and make a weapon out of his bones. I'm just gonna, you just hear a little here and there, like take a femur.
Nice.
Just collecting the bones, and then over time I'm gonna, like, I'll think of something to make from the bones.
Let's see.
I couldn't help but overhear, talking to Ray and Ari.
Oh God.
That cloak that you have there, what are you planning on keeping it?
We were going to talk to the group, figure out if we're going to keep it, or I don't know. God, do I know how much this cloak would be worth on the market?
Let's see. Cloak is...
Roll an appraisal check.
I remember when that was a skill.
Nice. All right, where art thou, cloak? Right here. Okay. Rare, which I believe is 5,000 to, but I can check here quickly.
Okay.
There's a range, and I will roll for that, or
Okay.
you're welcome to.
Okay, that's okay. I just wanted like an idea. Like, would she have an idea of?
There we go.
How much would be worth?
Somewhere between 501 gold and 5,000. So if you wanted to roll 1d 5,000, you may have to do that in Fantasy Grounds. But I know you have a lot of dice.
I mean, I probably have
I
enough.
have a 1d 120.
Or I can do it. I'm right in Fantasy Grounds, so I can do it here.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and roll that for me?
Okay.
All right. And while you do that, all right. Nobella, I know you're kind of new to this. We, if someone needs something to protect them, we'll keep it. But other than that, we sell it because gold gets us a lot of places.
Yeah, I know that. Believe me, I know that. But I could make use of that cloak.
Do you get hit a lot?
I mean, you saw me right up in the fray in that last fight.
I saw lots of things.
Mm-hmm. You also saw me up in the fray in that fight, Nobella.
Yes.
And
So, I mean...
as you can tell, I'm a delicate woman. But I don't know.
Well,
we will
just putting
talk.
it out there that I would
course.
like that.
Sure. Well, we'll talk to the group and see how everyone feels.
So, a small DM question for you while Aga is listening to this conversation in this small 10 by 10 hut. Would Aga... Okay, so mechanically, as a player, I'm asking if I polymorph Rhea, does she still get to sneak attack?
I don't think so, only because you take on the physical characteristics of the polymorph creature, but not the class things, I don't believe.
Okay, so you don't get to retain your class features?
No,
I
because
don't think
polymorph
so.
is different than the druid thing. Sorry.
Yeah, I know it's not wild shape, but...
Yeah, so...
Let me double check. We'll carry on, and I will check. If it says it, then you're good.
Well, that was the entire conversation I wanted to have.
Oh,
Well,
no.
she's sitting there bleeding from her mouth because she's still at 1 hit point.
Oh my goodness. All right.
No. She's not saying anything, but like she's just kind of like not really moving much.
We'll think about it, Nobella, and she'll pat her on the shoulder and drop her with the 10 hit points. Of
Oh,
healing.
thank you.
So,
Hands.
it definitely doesn't allow her to do that. But Aga would mention during this conversation that, if one of you doesn't like being up in the fray because you're nervous about it, I could always turn you into something else.
No thanks.
Something.
Just a thought.
No one wants to be like me?
We could never be like you.
That's safe, Axel.
Oh.
You're one of a kind.
I know.
That is indeed true.
I know.
Very true.
The
Oh,
skull
wow.
goes, one of a kind!
It's a fucking parrot.
It's a flame skull parrot.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
So what happened
Paxel's
in your
now a
D&D
wild
game
shaping
today?
lizard folk pirate with a parrot.
God. It's a tongue twister.
So, tomorrow, when we all wake up and realize that, like, we did survive this tower, and also, like, how pissed are people going to be about this dead forest?
I was never here.
Okay,
we were
well,
definitely
we were,
here.
but
Well, no one needs to know.
The
Oh.
Emperor knows. They contacted the Emperor's Requiem.
Yeah, the Sultan. I don't know.
Sultan's
what an emperor
Requiem,
is.
not Emperor, sorry. Wrong terminology.
What? I forgot that we still talked to that dude.
Well, we didn't cause it.
As a matter of fact, we attempted to stop it.
See?
why
And no
didn't
one
we
needs-
cause it?
Huh?
What?
Why didn't we cause it?
Revis did.
Uh-huh. And I don't think he's here to explain that to people.
It's okay, there's paperwork, and I'll pull out some of the paper I stole off the second floor of the tower. Like,
Yeah.
we have proof
Yeah.
that he was working on a ritual to do this.
Yeah. And we could maybe like go back and find like a crystal, or unless it's like on the campsite or whatever. But if we can keep this like medallion piece that I have a secret,
We do have the crystal that it was encased in, do we not?
we could just say that the crystal had like the power, but not the medallion.
Yeah. No, there's no need to divulge. And he'll kind of like briefly remember what he got from identifying. There's no need to tell anybody.
Okay. Good. You.
The
We're
skull
gonna
will
have
go,
to talk-
there's no need to tell anybody.
The skull
We're
goes
gonna-
from parrot to Chicago mob man.
I know.
How many hit
Nice.
points does that skull have?
Yeah.
Don't kill my parrot.
Ari and Rhea, you do find another item on Bray. They're kind of stuck in the gunk that was his skull before, a hand and hair. You have to pick some bits of scalp and hair out of it, but there is a headband. Ari, you take a moment and kind of give this a scan over. You find this headband to be a headband of intellect. Your intelligence score is 19 while you wear this headband. It has no effect on you if your intelligence is already 19 or higher.
I'm so dumb. I need that.
Oh,
Seriously,
yeah.
though,
All
that
of us
would not
except for
mechanically affect me, so anybody
No.
else can have it. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Really? Am I the one with the lowest?
I have an 18
I-
intelligence, so it just wouldn't change my score.
10.
I have an 11.
Yeah, I
Ah.
have a 12.
Yeah.
Does anybody have spell DCs or anything that queue off of it?
That's what I was looking at
Does
specifically.
it say I might in the future? But not right now.
No, mine are mainly wisdom.
Wait,
strength, dex.
wait. Eldritch Knight?
Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
Oh,
We don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Everything's on the table.
I'll teach you how to cast shield, sure.
Yeah, sure. Look, I
Nice.
am one squishy rogue. I gotta learn some shit.
Hey man, I know the feeling. Talk to the melee wizard.
All right.
Knowing that this is pretty valuable, this one sticks close to me and Rhea. I tell her, but I'm just like, we keep this in that pocket.
All right. I'm gonna since we did this earlier, right? When we were over by the body, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I will pocket that away in my pouch of plenty. So that way.
Okay. There's also money. Plenty of pouches owe money.
All right.
So let me just write down this page
Money,
number
money,
so I can come
money.
back.
This is going into our like.
Our
Guild.
family fund. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, family.
Well, it has alliteration. What do you want me to call it?
That is fantastic.
Lux Loot. We'll call it Lux Loot.
Oh, nice. All right.
That works.
This is not individual, but wow. All right. So these rolls get pretty crazy town. Excellent.
While you're figuring out your math, while we're in the thing, Rhea will toss the cloak over to Daxel. He was your kill. We need to decide what we do with this. We'll probably be able to sell it for, I don't know, about 1,500 in the store. Or, I don't know. We could try and sell it to somebody on the street for more, but...
What is it? I mean...
Cloak.
Oh, it's a cloak that
It
makes you harder to hit, yeah.
Oh. I'm a tank?
I know. I'm not saying you need it. I'm saying you're holding it until we figure out who's going to take it.
Oh, okay.
I've got all the other loot. I don't want to get robbed.
Cool.
I
I'm
feel
roll it
like
up.
some poor street urchin is going to try and rob Rhea, and she's going to
Oh, gosh.
accidentally kill him with the mind claws. Oh, man.
I think I need to learn Thunder Step.
Nobody
Oh,
gets
my God.
Nobody gets that close to the pockets.
Oh.
I'm adding this
Sorry,
to my
Dan.
inventory so I don't forget. Cloak and
Okay.
displacement. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not equipping it though.
And funds.
Yes,
You
ready.
have you find 173 platinum pieces,
Baby.
and hang on a sec. That's times.
Rhea's going to switch out all her gold for platinum because she's not used to carrying peasant change.
Nice. 173 platinum and 789 gold pieces.
Jeez. All right, guys.
Can Aga make a request that some of that gold gets spent on paper and expensive ink?
I
'Cause-
have so much paper.
You're such a nerd.
I know.
Plus,
Let's
if
go.
Do we
Aaron
have,
has enough to make it last, maybe we can wait till we get home to get you more because we'll get a better price on it.
Oh, back in
Oh
Paelay.
yeah, because Ikram.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Back at Ikram. Yeah.
Oh, in
We should
Ikram?
go back to
Mhm.
Ikram. Yeah, I gotta see how Oliver's doing.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
go.
even have to inside check you for that.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at Dina and be like, we should probably check on Thud and check back in with the Sultan, seeing as we implied there was a threat to his person and power, and then immediately left, and then
Oh,
Thud combined his efforts with ours there. I think it's important we quickly return to the Sultan with what we found.
agreed. Yeah.
I think it's also important, and I could be wrong here, I'm not particularly well versed on the subject. Nobella, perhaps you could help. But doesn't becoming a lich require human sacrifice?
Dan, what would I know about this?
Go ahead and roll either Arcana or History.
Do I get advantage because of my situation?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Aga, Dina's gonna respond to you. Listen, darling, about that.
23. History.
I've discovered some things, and I need to leave now. I will gladly meet you in Paelay, but I need to make the utmost haste back.
Of course. You're welcome to stay the night in the dome.
I think I'll do just that. Thank you, darling.
Of course. Are you
20
heading back to Paelay to check in with Thud?
I don't really think that's any of your business. And she kind of...
Indeed. Be safe.
Hmm.
And he'll turn to Nobella.
23 history, Dan.
Okay. And we can retcon that too. That's just what I think she'd say and do. And the demeanor I think she'd have.
It seems about right.
Okay.
For the current relationship with Aga and Dina.
Yeah. Nobella, let's see. You would know this was about Oh my gosh, I'm blanking now. What was it about the
Lichdom and whether or not it
lich.
requires human sacrifice.
There are a few routes to Lichdom. One of them does require that. Absolutely, it's a grueling, painstaking, tortuous ritual that lasts a minimum of 1 week, and requires multiple for the individual trying to become a lich. It's worse or equally bad for the people that are being offered up. But there are other methods. There is a I think it's not the Book of the Damned, but it's something else akin to that.
The Book of Vile Darkness.
Yes, thank you. Yep, that has methods to not quite a shortcut. It's really risky and dangerous, but there are other routes to it.
Yes, you could do that. Not the most pleasant way to become a lich.
It's my understanding that it's never pleasant.
I mean, some people find any pain worth it to get any amount of power.
I imagine my mind would be stretched a little thin after a few thousand years, but I see how it's appealing. But I think that it's important that whatever the ritual was, that we imply that he was threatening Paelay with it, and that it's the second magical ritual, perhaps even more, that he's threatened Paelay with. I think it's important that we imply that he's sacrificing Paelay's citizens, and that nothing is sacred to Rebus. I think that we should definitely check in with the Sultan, though.
Night?
Sorry?
Like tonight?
No, we have 2 days of travel back to the city, but I think
Okay.
we should post haste in the morning after a nice rest. We should definitely yeah, I'm not too well off either myself, so I feel you.
Okay, then good night. I'll take last watch.
Oh, you
No,
don't
I
have
take
to take
my
watch.
We're not.
Nothing can get through this, and he'll knock on the dome, and then he'll point, and there's a little ethereal owl flying circles in the air above head. And I've already got somebody on watch. Don't worry about it. You'd be familiar with the fact that he is a familiar owl. Yeah.
Maybe.
And the dome is opaque, right? No one can see into it.
Yeah. Nobody can see into it, but it doesn't stop anything else from like sense or anything like that. It just stops magical effects and creatures.
Okay.
And
Mary makes her
light.
bed and goes to sleep.
I think Thaxel wants to go over to Nobelle real quick before she falls asleep.
I don't fall asleep. I meditate. Elves.
That's what you are. I still haven't. We haven't seen your face yet, have we?
Nope.
Okay, so she's gonna walk over and. I mean, I think. Well, no, we're about to sleep. I won't give you healing. So I'm quite curious. I've never felt a hand like as slimy as yours. What's up with you? I mean, if you don't want to tell me, that's cool. I'm kind of, sometimes I'm a little invasive.
That's an interesting story.
I mean, are you, because you also said that you were looking for someone who killed you. Usually when you die, you're like dead. So are you like, oh my God, are you undead?
Oh no, I'm not undead.
Oh, that would have been so cool. Okay. Well, then are you like?
Not quite undead.
But you're almost undead? Like almost a zombie, but you're not?
It's not quite like that. This isn't my real body. This is a temporary vessel housing my spirit.
What? Okay. So were you like dead and like you were floating and then you're like, hey, here's a slimy little thing. I'll inhabit that for a while.
No, my patron created this for me.
So So, I just have so many questions.
I realize.
So, it created that.
Mhm.
Did it have to make you slimy?
And not slimy. It's just a little bit squishy.
Well, it's just weird. Like you're like a fish.
Not really.
Oh, well.
I mean, it's you have scales, do you not?
I mean, yes, I do.
That's probably why it feels strange.
Maybe.
No offense.
Yeah, but I like the water. I can swim.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
You fight really well, by the way, too.
Thank you. Thanks. So do you.
Thank you.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought you along.
I'm impressed with your ability to shift into different creatures.
It's my favorite thing to do.
I'd probably do it all the time if I had that ability as well.
Oh, I wish I could, but... Oh, I do have one left, yes. I'm sure we can pick this up in the morning. You seem like you're about to die again. So I'm going to let you sleep that off. And I'm going to go curl up in a ball over there. And she's going to turn into a wolf. Not a dire wolf because there's not enough room. But a wolf.
Okay.
And then, yeah, curl up. Because now she could be in here for 5 hours in that form.
Nice. All right. Nobelle? Are you going to sleep as well?
Yeah, she'll sit and begin her meditation.
Okay. Oh, right. Yes, Rhea? What are you up to?
She will stay awake until everyone is asleep and or meditating.
Okay. All right, so Aerie, Thaxel are asleep. Nobelle is going into her trance. Aga?
He's kind of like laying on his bedroll, like one eye open, watching Rhea. Like, and he just slowly like.
Can I retract something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to curl up in a ball next to Dina.
Oh, okay. All right. So Aga, you are keeping an eye on her, but eventually falling asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ray. After a while, 45, 50 minutes or so, everyone's asleep.
Can she go up towards Nobella and just like wave her hand in front of her, make sure she's actually meditating and she's not paying attention?
Are you actually meditating, Nobella?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Nothing.
Okay. Great. She's going to sneak over to Thaxel and try and get a really good look at the artifact.
Okay.
She's in wolf form, I think.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Right, do you absorb all your stuff when you shift, Thaxel?
I
Well,
think
it's a choice.
so.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
yeah.
Do you keep the pendant a pendant?
Oh my god.
I mean, it'd shift with you because it's magical.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have shifted with me.
Okay, so
Okay.
around the neck you see. Are you absorbing it, you mean, or you let you keep wearing it outside and it shifts along with your form?
I would probably like absorb it
Okay.
since you just got it.
You take a close look, but
She's heading it.
mhm.
Okay, that's all right. She will sneak over to Aga
Mhm.
and stick a platinum in a pocket.
Nice. Slide that in.
Like a ghost.
When we
And
get
then
back to Paelay, I am leaving a cube of platinum metal just sitting on your
Come
bed or
at me,
something.
bro.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
Don't get into a sneaky fight with a rogue. And then she'll go curl up next to Aerie, and right before she like curls up to go to sleep, she's gonna put like a small little gift box in her like the crook of her arm, and then she'll go to sleep.
Okay. How nice. I'm going to give you all a nice long rest. Hard earned.
Long rest and a level up. Woohoo!
Yeah, let me see where you're all at. Or is that the 10 that you all did? I can't remember now.
Yes, 10.
Okay. All right. Long rest. So,
Hey, Dan.
yes.
Is Mordenkainen's private sanctum? I can't tell. I think it's telling me it's a ritual.
I think it is. Let me take a look. As soon as
It's not telling me when I click it in.
Oh, okay. Here we are. It is surprisingly not a ritual.
Okay.
Yeah, its casting time is 10 minutes, but it's not a ritual spell, so
Okay.
it just takes that long to cast.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just wanted to know, in case I wanted to use that instead of the hut.
Okay.
But the hut is a ritual, so probably that for the most part.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So you all get a good night's rest. Nobelle, I'm going to message you during your trance, about your trance. Rhea.
That only lasts 4 hours for it to count as a long rest. So after the 4 hours, she's just gonna kind of stay awake, sitting and just watching everybody. Pull her hood down a little bit further.
Neat.
Definitely not creepy at all.
I see. Yeah, watching you. Okay, perfect. Rhea, as you're going to bed after all that, right? I think you said. Okay. You get into your REM sleep there, deep sleep, and you find your dreams slowly becoming lucid, which is always fun. You have control over what's happening, can create things, make things happen. But as you're going through this dream, and this lucid nature now, there is a door that keeps appearing here and there. It seems to be just out of your control. That key continues to pop up. It's sort of been in the background, but you're beginning to notice it. It looks very much like like your bedroom door back in Ikram.
I guess if it was showing up enough that it was noticeable, she would probably go and open it.
All right. The door swings open smoothly, just as yours always does. Scuffs a little part of the floor where sometimes in the summer weather it tends to do. And before you is in fact your bedroom. And sitting before the large dresser with the trifold mirror, brushing very long, luxurious hair, is what's the name of these creatures that are your guide, angelic guide?
Is she a diva? Yeah, a diva.
And man, I don't have that note open. Because I restarted. That's why it's not open. Whatever. I will find that note about your your business there with her.
Oh, yep.
And a lot of this, there's a soft humming to the room, melodic. There are different levels, different ranges singing together that are just create this beautiful music in the room. And this woman turns and faces you and beckons you closer.
She'll take one step closer.
Okay. Here it is. Where are you, notes? Do you know the name of this person? I honestly cannot find this.
Why? Yes, Dan. Let me.
I'm so sorry. I had this open
No,
earlier.
that's okay. That's okay. You named her.
Just like the beginning of the stream, Let me pull up my backstory.
Yeah.
Lehana.
Oh, there we are. Okay, Lehana.
Yes.
Yep. All right, thanks.
Lehana.
All right. Good. Okay, I found the notes just as you said that, of course. Here we are. All right. Angelic Guide Diva, correct. Raya. And it has a bit of a sing-songy nature, timbre to her voice. Please, sit. Join me. Gestures to your bed, and there's also another chair nearby. But you still have some control over the dream here, you find.
She will go and sit at the edge of the chair. Because you said she's on the bed, right?
She's sitting in front of the dresser, but
okay.
As she says that, she gestures to the end of the bed and a chair that's nearby. But you also feel like you can create stuff here in this stream space too. Like if you wanted a chair or something to.
Okay. She'll still go sit on the edge of that chair.
Okay. You have done so well. Joaquin is very pleased with the work that you do. She just gives a very, kind of a lighthearted nature to her. Tell me, what are your wishes, your goals?
Well, I mean, I feel like Joaquin would probably know that, right? She would know that eventually I'm going to take care of my family. But right now, my goals are answers.
Joaquin very much appreciates knowledge. I am here to help you with your goals. On behalf of Joaquin, to support you in your endeavors as she finds your work good and satisfying.
Well, that's encouraging since, I don't know, I died and woke up with these, and she'll go ahead and let loose the wings. And I haven't heard a thing since.
Yes. And as your wings unfold, there's just it's almost like, an LSD trip where you can taste the colors that spring forth from the aura of your wings and such. And you see Lehana's unfurls her wings just instinctively in reaction to you. Yes. Well. Usually, we would wait a little longer and ease you into what you truly are. But it was a desperate situation, and I felt that you had much to offer still, and so I took the initiative.
Well, I'm glad I'm not dead, so thank you.
Of course. Do you have questions for me then, dear? What can I answer?
We were in a sewer with a cult of the mask, of all people. And they seemed to know me, recognize me as another, and I didn't really understand it.
I see. And you could see she kind of had a bad taste in her mouth and hearing about the mask. And she kind of stands up from her seat, and she has a rather large form, a little more so than statuesque. She's probably I think divas are 9-10 feet tall or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But But she stands up and attempts to kind of reach your hands gently and clasp your hands inside of hers. Is that something that you allow, or are you not?
She will tentatively allow it, yeah. There's definitely some tension there.
There's a very peaceful warmth that washes through you as her skin contacts yours. You, dear, have been chosen by Joaquin to be one of her Asimar, a protector of her will and wishes on this plane. You now have an angelic nature within you, as evidence of Joaquin's spirit and power within you.
I guess I assumed that it had something to do with the fact that I've been a follower.
More than a follower, dear. Very few are chosen to be blessed as so. But your work and faithfulness, your energy and striving for excellence and knowledge and fair trade and business and all that you do for you and your family and the entire city that benefits under you, Joaquin, through you. Yes, much more than a follower, dear.
So, Joaquin does not have a problem with who I am. She realizes that I am not a sheep of her flock. I could be a shepherd, I could be a lion, but I'm not a sheep.
Yes, she appreciates that in you very much. She does not look for sheep.
And I suppose my only question is, what do I do next?
Continue your pursuits, for they bring honor and glory to Joaquin. And when you awaken, you will have a gift from me.
No strings attached?
No, this is something you have earned. What good am I if I'm not able to assist you in this? I am here as your guide. I can't remember if she introduced herself the first time that you met.
I don't know if she actually introduced herself, yeah. It was.
I am a diva at the behest and of Joaquin. My name is Lehana.
Well, it's good to finally meet you, Lehana.
It was a pleasure.
Well, as long as I don't owe any favors for this, and Joaquin doesn't mind who I am and what I do.
Not at all. And certainly no favors for this. What good is having my support and Joaquin's if there's no practical benefit?
I'm nothing but practical.
Dear,
all right.
Wake up and receive your gift.
Okay. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's going to leave the room. So.
Okay. You step out of the door and you wake up. And there's nothing. I'm just kidding. So you wake up, and clutched in your arms is a very fashionable item. It's sort of like a bandolier. Sounds like the cross leather items.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there are 2 daggers sitting in holsters, one at either side, that are adjustable to whatever height you wish. One of them is gold. It appears to be solid gold, but its weight doesn't match up with solid gold. Very perfectly balanced, and you can spend a little time with it and find out a little bit more about it if you wish. Or I guess I should ask. Well, there's that, and then there's a second one that. Oh gosh, let me go back to my notes here so I can see Joaquin's color scheme. Nope, I don't.
Gold, platinum, silver. All the good metals.
There is a dagger that has is beautifully etched around the handle to form a grip, but it's actually a bunch of etchings with a beautiful design. Platinum, mostly platinum, with a gold hilt and handle, with that inset inlay of like a charcoal black. And that one, as you touch it, lets off a soft glow of angelic light, much like you do when you wish to.
Okay.
But if you want to spend, it'd be half an hour or so with each, so an hour in total, if you want to, and I can tell you a little more about them.
Yeah, she would, seeing them, say a silent thank you and meditate with them.
Okay. The first one is a bit interesting. It is a +2 dagger, and it's a dagger of wonder. So it has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action in conjunction with your attack, and I'll send you this in a document.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
that way I don't have to take notes. Awesome.
And you can expend one of its charges to choose, if you successfully hit in the attack, you can use the charge. The target can be a creature, an object, or a point in space, so you can use it with the thrown attack as well. You get to roll a D100, and there's a table of effects. If the effect causes you to cast a spell, then the save DC is 15. If the spell normally has a range expressed in feet, let's see, so it just matches your dagger. You have to be successful in the hit. However, you can't do it in a point of space because some of these are like AoEs. Okay. So the different effects, it could be casting slow, casting fairy fire, casting gust of wind, detect thoughts, and there's some downfalls too. You might be stunned until the start of your next turn. Or it might cast Stinking Cloud. There might be heavy rain that falls in a 60-foot radius around the target.
Might turn your skin blue.
An animal might appear in an unoccupied space if you if you threw it to the ground instead. But the animal will be under your control. So it could be a rhino, an elephant, or a rat.
Okay.
You might cast Lightning Bolt. You might create a cloud of 600 oversized butterflies within a 30-foot radius.
Okay. Okay. So between this and the card, she's an agent of chaos now.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And it may cast Enlarge on the target. However, if you cast it in a blank space, you would become enlarged instead.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
The other weapon seems to be in tune with your deity. It's also a +2 dagger.
Okay.
And that's not in these notes, so So as you're assessing this, you realize how badly you have to use the bathroom. So I can go find this in my notes, and we'll take our bio break here. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to use the bathroom, Dan. Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
so funny because even as a player, half the time when you make that transition, I don't even know it's happening.
I see.
You're like, has to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, wait, an NPC has to pee? Why do we need to know that? Like, it always catches me off guard.
Okay, gotta write that down because
awesome.
that's gonna
Yeah.
come up later.
Sweet. Yes, for those who don't know, we take our a 10-minute bio break, and then we'll be back. So I'm going to make some coffee and such, and we'll catch you all shortly. Yay! I'm going to find these notes first. I'll be here for a minute. Oh, where are you?
I'm adding our group loot together.
Nice.
You guys, we're kind of rich.
For reals, good.
Finally.
Yeah, level 10, it happened.
Yeah, we're finally past the 10K mark.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you now or wait till we're back? I can wait till we're back.
Oh,
Or
okay,
now.
whatever you want to do. I don't care. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go do
I'll
my
be-
thing.
Get water. Yeah.
Yay. Oh my goodness.
Yo, I totally missed this like massive discussion that happened in chat. What did I miss? Greater restoration.
I think they're talking about the Friday night stream. Sorry, I'm eating, so I didn't want to do it on stream.
How dare you?
I
I had cookie dough for dinner just now.
Oh, we had Chinese food, so you know how it is. A couple hours later, you're hungry.
A couple hours. A couple minutes. Seriously though, it's crazy. Like, I can eat like so much. I just ate crumbled up Oreos. See? See now, you and I need to get together and then we need to have crumbled up Oreos with cookie dough. And that's like a well-balanced dinner. Like, perfect meal. But anyway. Ugh. This cold is killing me, dude. They're worth less calories if they're crumbled. Get the fuck.
Is everybody ready for puppy time?
Yes, I'm always ready for puppy time.
Come here. Come here. No, not you.
Oh my, that's a puppy?
He's only 7 months.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness! This can't be the same puppy.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die! Oh.
No.
Oh, hey, Steph.
Oh my god. Look at that adorable little face, those floppy little ears.
No. I just want to stretch those ears
are
so
the
hard.
best.
Beautiful giant puppy.
All right, little jealous one, come here.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Oh.
And now we have the tiny little jealous one.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, is that a little dog? You have a golden and a dachshund? Those are like my 2 other breeds of dogs that I want. Like we have
I
a
have
boxer.
to keep an eye on him when he's at my house,
This is
so
a
he won't steal my
Chiweenie.
dachshund.
I love
Awesome.
dachshunds, dude.
Yeah, he's a
Dachshunds
wee
are
dog.
little assholes, but they're such sweet little assholes. Oh my god.
Hey, Dan, just so you know, the videos are like mixed up in the stream.
Oh, yeah, okay, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like that before. I just looked over.
No worries, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh,
Yup,
so many
yup.
other windows on.
I'm sorry. Vic, I just saw the message you sent. Oh,
What? Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yep. Yep.
It's
yep,
so
yep,
true,
Yep.
too.
Yep.
It's like, I have to have all my ducks in order. Butterflies.
Butterflies. I know. We're Dan. We're having a good laugh that the most like controlled person in the group is getting the what random shit is going to happen with this dagger.
Stab. Wait, why am I an elephant? Oh my god, I can't
Damn you,
wait.
Joaquin.
I can't wait. Joaquin is trying to teach you how to be more flexible.
Mix it up a little bit. Yeah, it's like, haha.
The one time Erin Wynn she has a staff of wonder. And the one time she hasn't used it yet, but it activated once.
That's right.
And that one time it cast fireball.
Centered on self?
Centered on that point. And
Oh.
you know, she's a sorcerer.
Oh, God. I'm
Except
ashamed to say I don't watch Stormfall because I can't stay up late that many days of the week.
Yeah.
But that sounds great.
Well, you know, conveniently there are the VODs that you can watch, and there's a playlist on YouTube on the Madbirds YouTube page.
Someone hit that YouTube
Oh.
command.
Yeah.
Man, I need you on Sundays to be my hype lady.
I'll get around
Good.
to it one of these days. It's just right now I'm working and I'm
Oh,
in
no worries,
school
man.
and I'm this and I'm that.
And
I'm hearing a lot of excuses
Yeah. You know what? To be honest,
Don't pester him.
you're not wrong,
kidding.
dude.
I'm
Like, I
kidding.
wish D&D was my life, but it's not. It's, yeah.
He still has to run our
unfortunately,
campaign on the weekend.
Yeah, I'm a
Alright.
DM.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
You missed it, so this is the puppy time. Archie,
Puppy!
come here.
Christy! Sorry, I was trying to make tea. Oh my god.
Oh, he's so
Wow.
God, so big.
Oh, he's so
Oh my
cute.
gosh.
Hi.
Yeah, you're not kidding,
What
huh?
a
He's only 7 months.
supermodel.
Wow.
Look at that, like,
Seriously, Golden's
Oh, God,
always
yeah,
look
he's
so
so
goddamn
pretty.
majestic.
I know.
Because he's in English, so he's an English golden. So he's like super light, colored, and he's got the like little bit longer, pointier nose.
Oh,
Just
So
I
sweet.
love him. He's so precious.
he looks like a friendly wolf.
I want a wolf.
I say hi.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Oh my goodness!
Hi.
Oh, you're so
Hi,
cute.
baby.
Yeah. Are you
What
gonna?
doing?
Are you? Yeah. I don't know. We're just gonna
Oh my
talk in
gosh,
little
your
puppy
kid is gonna
voices.
get stuck.
I
This
would
is all it takes to turn the all evil group.
into all
Right.
good.
Just a puppy.
I mean, you saw the episode when we got a basilisk, right? Ooh, who's
Right.
a good little basilisk?
You know what's so funny is I've been sitting here going, if we take some of its blood, like, can I make? Oh,
Nice.
I'm definitely evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big debate, I think, when we
Yeah.
first got
Uh-huh.
got it as a baby.
Is
Yeah.
can
We
you
can
take
do
its
the
blood without
blood.
killing it?
Can we harvest it? No.
Is that the answer?
Baby.
Is it would
Oh,
die?
you could. No. They
Could.
were just like, it's our beautiful.
It's our beautiful
It's our
puppy.
baby.
Leave it alone. Oh God, I'm stiffening
Put your
up.
sunglasses on.
I've only had like one other campaign, and I was a druid, and we ran into this group, and I befriended like a warhound
hmm
who named Bane. Like it was supposed to be this like giant, massive like warhound, but this little
Ooh.
baby druid girl was just like, Bobby, and like spent a 2-week boat ride training it to be her dog.
Nice.
And then the DM, like months went by of our campaign, and then the DM, we got trapped in the Fae. So we came
Ooh.
back. I actually said that the dog didn't come with us for a specific reason, and when we came back, everybody else, it had been about 20 years.
Oh my
So I
gosh,
come
really?
back, and he's like on his last limbs, and he's this like big, fat, old war
Oh, it's like a
Oh,
the Odyssey.
hairs. And so I come back, and then we have this like reuniting moment, and me and the entire campaign are just like bawling.
Oh,
It was 100% that scene in Fox and the Hound where she has to leave him in the
Oh my
rain.
God, I'm about to cry.
Please stop,
Oh.
Sammy. Sammy.
I'm not
River.
crying. There's Uggins.
I need a hug.
As my
dog.
dad says, my eyes are sweating.
That's
I
awesome.
speak to animals, and his first words were just like, "You left me."
Oh no! Oh, that's
Are
so
my dogs.
brutal.
Puppies.
Oh.
Dan, don't do it to us.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you do that to me, like with Oliver, I will fucking leave.
The
And
only
on
way to
Himmel-
avoid it is to exploit
perfect-
Oliver until he's dead.
Hey,
Nice.
Listen,
Where's
Oliver
my
is a
baby?
tool, okay?
hey, he is
Oliver
my
is a tool.
child.
You
That is my
shut your
child.
whore mouth.
Here's the
What-
question.
What
Can
is
we
that?
take now here, I don't want to convince you to harm your pet. But can we use him to solidify Revis into stone and then rub him down with Oliver's blood to get him unstoned and then stone him again? Can we just like repeatedly turn him into stone and be like, we can do this whenever we want? And also, if we can't find a way to kill him, can we use? Oh my God! I just thought about this. Can we petrify him? Because he's not dead when he's petrified. He's just petrified.
Yeah, we talked about
all
this.
should
He was
go
going to be
anyway.
in our
Yeah.
garden. He was going to be in our like the
I'm
statue
like-
of David in our garden.
Until we
Right.
can figure out a solution for trapping his soul in something else, like I don't know, say a soul coin, like
Right.
we could petrify him and just leave him in the garden. We know where he's at. We could go get McGregor. We could petrify him. We could put
Mhm.
him in the garden, and then we could come back to it and be like, let's fuck with their souls.
Yeah.
After I poison them, we're good. But,
Oh, well, I mean, we could poison them after they've been turned to stone. Like
no.
bring them
So,
back
like,
at any point.
you only bring back like their arm, and then you poison their arm, and then you petrify that, and so it's like.
I don't know if that's how. I don't know. If that's
You know what? It's how it's happening in Thaxel's mind. So leave
That's
her alone.
awesome.
Well, she's like, we'll work out the logistics later.
She doesn't fucking care. This is what her thought process is, right?
Excellent.
Aga, Ari, and Rhea are just like, yep.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Again, my intelligence is a zip, but I'm wise as fuck.
I picture the thought bubble above Thaxel's head with all those things, like, and then this, and then
Nope. I do not think that word means what you think it means.
Well, it happens a lot.
That's amazing. All right, what did I need to do? Oh, right, I just need to update our thing here quickly.
Anna, I'm
Inconceivable.
sending you something in Discord. Do not open it until you opened your present.
Right.
Oh yeah, Dan, you said you were sending me something too.
Ha. Lies.
Someone send me something.
Yeah.
I'll send you
I'll
the
send
other.
you something.
I'll send you a picture of bamboo. That was. I was sourcing
Okay.
bamboo today.
Okay.
You're welcome. Hold on. Oh wait, no, I don't want to send it to Anna. She's already had it. Hold on. Here, I'll send it to the group. Here you go. Now you know what sizes bamboo comes in. You're welcome.
There's so many dick jokes.
Nice.
They're only hollow to a point. It's a.
Dicks?
Well, you.
That's really weird. Not been my experience.
I mean, technically.
I
Ryan
worry
gets into
about-
the chambers. Yeah.
I worry about this whole group.
What's wrong with us?
Oh wait, Dan.
Yeah.
Because not everyone saw it. Do we have time? Or do you want to play it at the end?
Warning. Yes,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
absolutely do that.
Sorry.
No,
I should have thought about
thank
that 10
you.
minutes ago. You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna put this back here. I'm going to.
Just for those of us who just joined.
Oh, absolutely. No, I want this in here so we can do it every single campaign and morning, start and break. All right, media source.
Do you have an after dark bot command?
Do we?
If you get
We need to
a
make that.
wiener dog, be
Huh?
prepared. If you get a wiener dog, be prepared that it just sits
Following
in your
D&D
shirt
campaign is rated
like a baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ha, ha! That is amazing.
That
My
checks
wiener
out.
dog,
Pregnant
like-
with the dog.
Ha, ha!
My wiener
Puppy
dog.
out.
That is amazing. Here, I thought cats were the only ones that did that.
He just lives in there.
That's great. All right, what do I need to do? First, I need to turn this.
Please. Please tell me that the golden puppy has tried to copy.
Oh, jeez.
No, but the golden puppy for some reason thinks he's a cat and like climbs on the edge of like the couch.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
All right, I'm gonna play your thing here, and then I'll put us back on. It's just gonna shut our audio off for a sec.
Following D&D campaign is rated TVMA LSVEE. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, extreme nerdiness, and evil player characters. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
I
And
think
there
my
we go.
Twitch is on a delay.
Lame. Just kidding. Oh, hey, Ed. All right, I think it played.
I think it did.
Okay, nice. I love that. So great.
Just fair warning, right?
For real. All right, let's jump back to. All right, I need to update that too. Oh, there's so many tabs open. Where's my OBS? We were doing. Ooh, right. Rhea's other item. That's what we were on. Extra juicy. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so this other one's sort of interesting, Ryan, and that's, gosh, I don't know. I'll have to actually give you a proper name. You're not sure of the name yet since it's not identified anyway, but it's definitely a dagger from Lehana and effectively from Joaquin. As it uses divine energy. It's effectively a dagger of fireballs, except it uses divine energy instead of fire, divine damage. So this dagger has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use, again, your attack action as you attack with it, to expend 1 or more of its charges to cast the, well, technically the fireball spell, except it's divine damage.
Okay.
Spirit ball.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking of Dragon Ball Z now with the. That's awesome. For 1 charge, you cast the 3rd level version of the spell. You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. Well, sorry, it's not wand. I'm reading from the wand description. If you expend the dagger's last charge, you have to roll a d20, though, and on a 1, it crumbles to ashes and is destroyed. But as long as you save at least 1, you won't have to do that, and it'll recharge at dawn. That works with both the melee, since you've got fancy evasion and such, and it also works with the thrown. Of course, the trouble with it being thrown is that it's not a one of returning.
Okay. Fun times. Thank you.
All right, no
Thank you,
problem.
Joaquin.
Joaquin. Oh.
Dan, you said a weapon of returning. Is that like well-known fact that they exist?
I think Ray would be very aware of it. Possibly Aga, because you've in your
that's up to
backstory
you.
you've encountered a fair bit of weaponry among highly geared enemies and compatriots and war efforts. You probably would have seen that here and there.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So, sleep finishes. Of course, Ray, you're awake, but you're welcome to finish the rest of your long rest if you want. And where is that? Oh yeah. Sorry, let me change the things around again. Eventually, everyone wakes up. Aries, you wake up. You find sort of tucked into your arms into your person there a package.
As soon as she sees the package, she freaks out, whole dripping sweat. But then she sees Rhea's seal on it. The last time she woke up with something, it was the book that made her learn magic and kill people. So when she first feels something in her and wakes up, but she I start to freak out, but then I see Rhea's seal, and then I curl under my blankets and open it up.
Nice. Okay.
In the package, you find an Iron Stone of Reserve. Do you know what it does?
I think so. Does it
Okay.
store spells?
It stores spells, and Dan might tell me differently, but I'm pretty sure it can store anybody's spells. So if you need a druid spell and we plan ahead, we can have the druid cast a spell into it, and then you can use it later. Right? Is that how I read it?
Yep.
So you can store spells in there that you can't necessarily even have access to.
A warlock who has more spells than 2?
Nice.
Yay!
Would Ari know what it is? Sorry, that was Anna. Does Ari know?
You can probably spend a little bit of time
I
checking
can
it over.
identify it. I just didn't know.
Oh.
I can just spend 10 minutes identifying it. But...
You can roll a history check, yeah, see if it's something.
I do have
from
Arcana.
Or Arcana, yep, either of those, yep.
Okay, let's see. First roll back.
Yes.
Alright.
Awesome.
And it's a 5. Plus 6, 11. Or do I have to cast Identify?
Yeah, probably cast Identify. That's a bummer.
It's a pretty rock. Is she posing? That doesn't seem right.
Nice.
I cast Identify. Is it? Does it just like? Is it one of the ones that like circle headband things?
Mm-hmm.
It
like circles your head. Yeah, it's purple. It glows purple and it circles your head.
Oh my goodness! I wake up and I roll over. Is Rhea awake at this point?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because she woke up early to check out her new gear.
Nobelle is awake too, but she doesn't look like it. She's just sitting there with her hood up, still just sitting.
I wake up. I like do all of that. I come out from under the covers. I did it all just like in my bed sheets, like awesome. my blanket. It's like. And I come out with my book and like this stone, and this is a gift with no strings, and I've never had that before.
Oh, well, you saved me once or twice. Not to mention that whole deal with Akari, when the rest of them left us behind.
I looked at her and I put a first level healing word in it, and say that will only be used for you. So
I'm gonna hug her.
I did that, but it's her, so it's fine. So
yeah,
at minimum, there's a first level healing word. I will always have, unless it's used on Rhea.
Well, I hope this was what you were kind of looking for. I had a lot of people hunting down something like this, so I'm glad you like it.
And then I pull out my book and I figure out what I'm going to do with the other one.
All right. Ooh, exciting. I'm going to make a note, Aga, that as you looked through Bray's spellbook, it is heavily encrypted. So you may be looking at spending time attempting to decipher bits out of that. But
okay. I mean, I won't have time to take a look at it till we get back to Paelay anyway.
Okay.
But once we get there, I'll just comprehend languages.
Nice.
Wizards are fucking broken.
Neat. All right. So the day, new day has started. Even though the sun is warm and the sky is clear, the forest is just dead and rotted around you. More branches have fallen or scattered about, just decomposing on the ground. And this morning there is the nasty smell of death and decay as you start your day.
Could I do a nature check or survival check, something like that? Or I guess it could be Arcana, to see how they got so like dead? Or did we figure out that it was a necrotic thing as a result of the tower?
You can do like an Arcana check if you want. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and assist with that.
Okay.
Thanks.
Woot woot. Advantage.
Okay, 10.
I mean, it's not really a high DC because it's something to do with shadow energy and the spell it came from the tower right after that amulet was taken from the center of that spell. So you have a pretty good idea it has something to do with all that.
Okay. So I guess I can't speak with plants because they're all dead.
Mm-hmm. You do see the remnants of animals running around. The animals, the living, while the fauna still seems to be alive but homeless effectively in this area.
Sorry. River decides she doesn't want to be near me anymore. Hi,
out.
bye.
Yeah.
Out.
I thought that was Thaxel just yelling at the plants.
No.
Nice.
She scared me. I thought she fell. Thaxel's going to be figuring out what spells she wants to prepare for today, so.
All right.
As Aga's doing the same, he's gonna kind of like, after helping her, kind of like ascertain like the arcane source of all the necrotic stuff. He's gonna be like, "Do you think we should go take a look at what's left of the tower and see if maybe we can't fix this before we leave?"
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like looking at my spells. I guess. I just went sun in there for a second. Like how? In what way?
I mean, we kind of ran out of the tower as it crumbled, but we never went back to see what was left.
Oh, like a loot. Looting.
I don't want to. I feel like we've got most of what we're gonna get.
Scavenging.
I was thinking more like
Quest.
repairs.
What?
There was a ritual there. I'm sure something was magically broken. Some kind of border between the planes may have been opened. I'd like to close it if we can. We don't want the Shadowfell spilling into this area.
Well, no, but if I'll just let you know if it's manual labor, I'm out. Because that's what it sounds like.
Just make sure
And
you bring the spell that gets rid of magic. You know what I mean?
Which one is that?
Dispel magic.
You are
Some
gonna have
birds
to
fly
do
over.
this.
Dispel magic. Dispel magic.
As they're having this conversation, I listen. Thaxel, can't you
I don't
figure
have.
out what's going on here?
Can I? Well,
Like
I think-
nature your thing?
This is a natural,
It's-
whatever
yeah.
this is.
none of this nature shit is natural, okay? And I just acquired the ability to hone into nature, and right now is just saying I'm dead. So, I mean, I could go over to a tree and like try to hug it and see if I can figure it out from there, but I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere. Or
As
does it
Thaxel
do anything?
talks about hugging trees, do I know it? Like, I know as a player, I know what they are, but does Aga know what a treant is?
You can do a history check and see, or Arcana, since that deals with lore.
I'm gonna go with history because I'm better at that. 11 plus 8 for 19.
Yeah, you're familiar with the treants.
Okay, would I know that they can be made undead?
Perhaps. I'd let you decide if whether or not you think you would have encountered that information with the 19. Excuse me.
I don't know how many trees are in hell, so I'm gonna say I don't know. Never mind.
I just sipped my coffee. It was a bad tree. It was.
Oops.
May I ask what Nobelle is up to?
While everyone was talking, she shadow stepped to just outside of the dome over to the edge of the lake. So it's like no one was watching. She just kind of whoop over there, and she's just kind of looking out at the tower, just trying to see whatever she can see.
Okay, and let me just check with Rhea in case you're in a similar area before I describe what you see. Rhea, what are you up to?
She, after just looking at her daggers, she would have just gone up to Thaxel at some point and said, I had a bit of a thought last night. maybe we, unless anyone else has an argument against this, maybe we'll let Nobella use the cloak, and the only stipulation is she just gives it back if and when she leaves.
But do you think she's really going to give it back?
Speaking of Nobella, where is she?
Nowhere in sight.
I'm not in charge of tracking her.
Yeah, I'm not her babysitter. Let's just say this. If, don't you believe if I gave someone that direction and they, we gave them a favor and we said, this is the only stipulation, and they break that, don't you think we're going to find them?
and kill them? Oh, I like this plan. Okay. And I'm going to...
Dan, I sent you a message
out.
and it has an important question.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Axel.
Kind of yell out, Nutella, I have a gift. It's really cool.
I think you're looking at the tower. You gotta keep your wits about you.
I have all my wits.
How far are we from the tower? Because I know we kind of like went down to the forest and then in a bit.
It was a little bit out of sight with the trees. Now that most of the trees are dead and falling apart, you can kind of see over that area, but there's a heavy fog off in the distance, so outside of like 60 feet over towards the direction, not everywhere, just towards the direction of the tower. It's sort of a fog that you can't quite see through. So you were like, I think a few hundred feet away, 500-600. I think you went a safe distance as you could.
Cool. Well, I got something. I guess oh my god, I'm gonna have to meet up with her, aren't I?
She steps back, just kind of steps back to the group.
That was fast.
It's Nobella, not Nutella. Thank you.
Oh. Noella. Okay. So, I have something. It's going to take me a while. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at names. I have this thing for you. It's this cool little cloak thing, whatever that Rebus had. We think you can use it. However, there's a stipulation. It's a really big word. If you decide to like part ways with us after we're all finished like helping each other out, mainly me, that we get it back. Or yeah,
that's fair. I can do that.
Okay. I don't really know what this is, but
yeah. Is she lying? I just want to make sure.
Insight
you
check.
can do an insight versus whatever you would want to roll, Nobella.
I like insight checks.
16.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I was rolling. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean you can. It's based on what you want and what you think.
29. Okay, so it was a 29 because I rolled an 18.
She's telling the truth.
Awesome. All right, proceed.
Okay.
Heck yeah, I'll put that on. Do I need to attune to it, Dan? Or can I just use it? I think I'll look that up.
Okay, thanks. I'm almost done with the message to you. Sorry.
Cool.
Is Dina here? Did she peace?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say that she got up early and bounced, just because I'm not sure what she's actually going to be up to until she gets back. If that's okay, but if you had anything you really wanted to say or do, I'd be happy to, have you catch her first and do the best I can.
It is attunement, just to say that, Dan.
Oh, okay.
I figured her and Thaxel would have chatted prior, but that's all that I feel like would have happened, and we can always retcon that later.
All right. You're right. I think she would have had a heartfelt thing, saying something about, be safe.
My best friend.
Yeah, we'll catch each other again in Paelay. She probably would have shared with you what she saw about her being bamboozled by Cormanda. and that the Pale Lady revealed that, and that she just needs to go get some answers, and so on.
Okay. Yep.
Nobella. Oh, wait, did everyone go catch up with you, Nobella? So you're all near the tower to where she was, or you did call her before she left?
I went back to the group.
Okay. Let me quickly zip back and let you know what you saw at the tower. So, of course, as you approached, there was a fog that grew thicker. Standing across the water from where the tower once stood, you now see... it's quite an interesting sight. So, you see... barely through this heavy, it's almost like a smoke here instead of a fog. It's that thick and dark grays, heavy grays and blacks. And there is a it's a pillar of smoke where the tower was. You see little remnants of stone here and there at the base, but there's just this really slow moving pillar of smoke that's wrapping around itself. And it goes, takes up the entire height of where the tower was and continues into the sky, into clouds up above. And there's also this, the mist and fog around it gets swallowed up by this and drawn in to the well beneath the tower, where the tower was, inside and down. Do a quick Arcana check, if you would, Nobella. You can probably do it with advantage. Yeah, given this is sort of related to something, so, in your backstory, so.
16.
Kind of, sort of. Okay. So you've seen this type of effect, sort of. It can be dangerous. You're a little wary of approaching because you know that if you were to mix two extra dimensional spaces, such as a bag, a haversack, and a portable hole or something like that, there's this tear in space-time that creates a lot of damage. It looks like something similar to that has occurred here, and that it might be dangerous to get closer to this. Might be.
All right.
You hear a ghostly wail coming from... No, just kidding.
So she'll go back to the group, take the cloak, and say, I looked out at the tower, and I don't believe this is something we can fix. I believe this is something we need to run from. Unless any of you know how to fix tears between planes. And if any of you have something like a bag of holding, this will tear you apart. So we should probably get going to wherever it is you need to go.
I'm good leaving it. I don't want to... Yeah, no.
I'm not getting near it.
Like a bad
Sorry,
thing?
Aga.
It's fine. I just wish
It's
there was something we could do.
Definitely. No, the tower isn't there anymore. There's nothing to look through.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a bunch of smoke. And, a short trip back to the Shadowfell, probably, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
We
I
could,
just don't like the idea of another plane bordering on this one. It's too many borders already.
Well,
I can help. I can mold earth.
Well,
Oh,
that's not going to help.
Well, listen. I can make colors appear in dirt and stone with like a big X. You can't pass type thing, like warning. I could do that,
I mean, I don't think people would want to approach it anyways. Yeah. It just looks terrible.
And if it's already with that, they're probably not going to listen to the X.
Well,
right. I think Aga's a little worried about things coming out of it, not so much things going into it.
Well, the X could deter the things coming out of it too. Like,
Sure. I'm a big scary monster. Oh my goodness, there's an X here. I better go back home.
you
Better
know,
dig for treasure.
Oh, yes, sorry. Dig for treasure. Wouldn't your parrot skull tell you that?
Dig for treasure.
it's not allowed to talk, but only to mouth everything that I say. Unless you want me to have it repeat everything I say.
I mean,
So
you
much
guys
fun.
mentioned going back to the Sultan. He may have some people who may be able to do something about this.
Yeah.
So,
I say we
Okay.
get going.
Yeah. All right.
Nobelle probably knows this already just from our group, but technically, if we met her during the fight, I would have changed. I would have done the disguise self before we went into the tower. Be older, and so when I woke up and completely forgot about Nobelle, I woke up to my like 11, 13, whatever year old looking self again. And then went to sleep with a whole bunch of adults, and then woke up with a child.
Nice. Oh.
Do
Just
the
by the
time
way.
warp again.
as you do.
Good.
Awesome.
Was Ari when we were with the Sultan and everything, and all around? Was I in my kid form?
Whatever you would have wished it to be. I feel like we had you disguise when around other people there. I think.
Okay, yeah, because I can do disguise self without using a warlock spell because my an invocation thing.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. So, what's the plan? It's time to.
Call.
Think.
Time to
Yours.
GTFO.
Yeah,
Flying
call
home.
the nightmares.
All
Summon Leora.
right.
Yeah. I feel like as you guys summon them, Aga's gonna like, man, I really need him now.
Especially because by happenstance, they all thought the same thing at the same time and summoned them at once. So this wide portal opens up, and all four of them come out together in like this cool cinematic. They trot over to their owners. I'll share a fresh image out of these. Now they all look a little bit different based on the person. Their owner, but your nightmare steeds have arrived.
Freya will reach out a hand towards Aga and Nobella, just towards their general direction, just waiting for one of them to get on the horse.
I'll ride with Ari again. It's fine.
I'll go with Rhea then.
All right.
Just
Triple
kind of
Nobella
grab your
up.
hand, and again, it is just too not quite humanoid. It's very odd, almost like putty.
Well, that's gross. But she's too
Like
polite to say anything.
It's not like slimy. It's just there. It's like there's no bone under it. It's like cartilage.
Yeah,
almost,
Rhea doesn't have the highest constitution. A bad soup will make her get a little sick. So a putty hand is a little uncomfortable.
Fantastic. All right. So away you go. You begin your ride. Let's just check and see what happens. Are you heading straight back to Paelay? I mean, like resting the 2 nights, but otherwise not making any detours?
I don't think so.
I think just head straight back.
Okay.
What about it?
What you see is more death, more decay. You are riding out of this forest. Is a good, I think, about a full day's worth of flying overhead, a little over a day and a third, before you reach the edge of the forest. And while the effects seem to dissipate slightly, whereas you're halfway through your journey across the forest, there's still some limbs. The limbs are on the trees, but all the leaves are dead. And clearly the trees are dead. They just haven't rotted that, advanced in age, like 100 years, like they had earlier. As you reach the end of the forest, near the end of the forest, after your first day of travel, you see that there's just a little bit of life possibly in these trees. Most of the leaves have fallen off, some limbs have fallen off, but there still seems to be an active decay. The pace seems to have slowed. The effects aren't quite as strong as at that initial blast currently. Is there anything you'd like to do on your first night?
Thaxel, I'm just saying I could light the forest on fire.
Why?
Isn't there a thing about like growth after a fort? Like sometimes you want fire to like burn regrow. I mean, I know it's all decaying, but I could like light it on fire and like it might help. I could just light it all on fire.
Well, that. I mean, I don't know. I don't want them to be in pain anymore. My poor tree
Lit a lot
friends.
of things on fire lately, and this could also help. So I feel like it's a win-win.
What does my life and death pendant think about all of this? Even though I know that's not how that works.
You know what? Oh gosh, I guess that would be. Yeah, make an intelligence check as you try and think, like, what does this pendant think about this?
Did it have to be intelligence, really?
Well, because I think your wisdom would, if you went with wisdom, you'd know better.
I know. It's a 6.
Oh, nice. You know what? Let's roll and see what your pendant thinks.
I know nothing.
Your pendant, you believe that your pendant is like, let it die. Cycle of life and death. So
Let
you
it
can
go.
take that however. Yeah, nice.
Let it go.
So that it's, really you're stuck in the same position, because that could mean let it die and grow back, or it could mean burn it and give the next thing life.
I mean, sure, why not? You can go ahead and light it up. You're muted.
Oh, you mean?
Because this is something new to Aerie, she like walks a bit away and then does wall of fire.
Amazing. This massive, what is it, a foot thick, 20 feet tall, and like 60 feet long. So, and it ignites several trees. So you sort of bend it around to catch a bunch of trees that just burst into flame. And in this area where you're sleeping this first night, there is enough life in them, and there are still enough standing nearby one another where it does catch a flame pretty well. There's an area, there's a lot rotted towards the center, but there is a good section that's probably going to burn because there's some partially dead and dry wood further back in. Flame starts. I imagine that's probably the morning just before you leave. I was like, no, not sleeping there probably.
She probably would have done it like this would have been a conversation leading up, like while it was still like borderline all of the death and decay stuff.
I see. Okay.
Before you go in, so that way like it's mostly in where the dead stuff is, not trying to burn down so it goes and does all the healthy stuff.
Nice.
Kind of that like in between.
Okay. Neat. So you took a little break to swoop
you can
down.
still travel a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
When Aerie does that, Aga will kind of walk up and be like, "Can you do that, but cold?"
It's fire.
I know. Can you do it? I mean, it's just magical manipulation of heat. Can you just make it take heat instead of produce heat?
I've definitely read about being able to do something very similar with cold, but I can only do it with burning hands. It's kind of his. We haven't really established that either, have we?
I don't think so. I think it presents with a masculine voice, rather, but you're not sure. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
Anyone with headset?
It's thing.
Wait, what happened?
So I've definitely read about spells where it could be something similar with cold, but when I do burning hands, this is kind of it's them, his maybe thing, right? We haven't established.
Dan, it's contagious.
No.
I had feel one coming.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Oh my god.
Put your hand on your forehead.
Nice. Smack, yeah.
I'm muted. Thank you. Thank God.
Oh, good, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you hear sort of like a low growl, Ari, like,
I thought you would like that.
I don't like him.
Ah.
Do I hear this? I'm assuming no. Okay.
We hear her side of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nobelle is watching
so.
with interest.
I do like that. That is a good idea. Huh. You'll have to teach me that fire spell later. Maybe I'll teach you a few of my own. Seems we both keep and he'll kind of like gesture at his spell book. We both keep a repertoire of stuff. I like it.
Aga, may I ask, sorry to interject, do you have anything on your clothing or on your person that identifies your, anyone or anything you serve?
Yeah. I've got a holy symbol of Zariel. It's the devil's, like a warlord general. Archdevil.
Okay.
That's the war god cleric.
And what was the name again?
Zariel.
Zariel. Okay, thanks.
That's like the two devils that he served under, Zariel and Mephistopheles. But Zariel's the clerical, like, war cleric part of his class, and Mephistopheles is the wizardly, scholarly, arcane knowledge side.
Oh, okay. So you have something of Azariel, but not Mephistopheles.
I mean, other than the armor. If somebody could identify it by that. The connection between Zariel and Hell and Ice. Probably Mephistopheles could be connected pretty easily if you're familiar with archdevils.
Okay. I take it back then, Ari. The voice does not say he doesn't like Aga.
Okay.
Just be careful what you share.
You've got secrets. And then we keep going.
You say that to Aga?
Just deadpan in the eyes, yeah.
So does everybody. Yeah. Okay. All right. She like walks away.
We're on the same horse.
Yeah. It's like when you walk away and you're like, all right, I'll see you later, and you guys walk in the same direction.
I love it. All right, so you can
rides backwards facing.
Nice. That's amazing. All right, so then you continue on. You get your second night. You get your night of rest. You continue on the second day without any issue. Hooray! And camp a second night. Now only a third of a day or so away from returning to Paelay. This is out in the desert. You find a careful area to sit down and rest.
This day I'll try and give us a little bit more room. I'll use Mordenkainen's private sanctum and click
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heyo.
Sorry, go ahead, Ray.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, if we were getting that close, she would pull the group together and say, Aga has his own way into the city, but Nobella, have you ever been to Paelay before?
Dan, remind me. That was where I was working, right? I was working from there.
I don't know. Let me send you a message.
Okay,
I
because
feel like I remember something, but
it was like part of the mercenary group, part of a mercenary group that had been hired there.
Oh, right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, if you're a ghost blood, I'm taking my cloak back.
Oh, what?
It's a group of bad guys that's been formed.
Oh, okay.
So I think I hinted at that like a couple weeks ago, but it wasn't. Yeah, she's good.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess my only worry is unless she has a way to get into the fifth ring, on her own, she's gonna have to be part of the group. And I don't even know is that even possible? Does anyone know?
Don't we get like guest passes? Like if we just say we're responsible for them, and I mean like we will be responsible for you, but if you do something like we don't like, we'll let you die. But
I don't believe I can get that high up in the city. I was mostly around near the edges with all the rest of the other mercenaries.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
not up there with you noble rich folk.
Yeah,
they
I think
weren't
that's a
We
letting-
didn't buy this. We earned it. Thank you.
I believe it. I believe it.
Guest pass.
You do know that they're pretty anal about passage, and if you're registered as a group, that group can pass. But someone new, you all have the Sheikah rank. Aside from Aga and Nobelle, of course. So you might have some sway about maybe greasing some house. They are really strict about it. Might not.
And then, do we think the Reapers can see through a disguise pretty easily, like a magical disguise, since we don't have Dina with us?
That's what I was thinking.
Nice.
Like Dina.
I mean, I'm also really good at hiding too. Hiding and sneaking around. Shadows are my friend.
Nice. Seeing things they're really good at. You did discover that there seemed to be some different types after that interrogation thing went down. So some might be better than others.
And do we get the feeling that if
Pet.
yeah, can we can register her as a pet and go through customs?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Pets are allowed.
Good.
Can I get her a little piece of paper that says service monk?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, can we make her a vest? We have a tailor.
That is fantastic.
I meant that we turn her into an animal. I mean, all animals, I guess, but we could like turn her into something and just like put it on our body. You just said you could turn.
Yeah, I could polymorph her, yeah.
Right.
It's a Reaper.
Yeah, so, I mean, do we want to do this the official way, or do we want to just get her in?
It's going to be Aga's vote to do it the official way.
I don't
we've
want-
already spoken with the Sultan's Requiem previously. Already have an established relationship. I think it would go well.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want them coming after us, so for sneaking like a new person in.
All right.
Especially
So,
somebody we don't know. And no offense, Nobelle, but
I mean, it's the
trust.
truth.
Yeah.
It's
And then
the truth. I don't trust any of y'all either.
That's good. That's good. One thing though, don't look at the Reapers. They do not like it. They're really appealing and really cool, but they're mean. So
I have been
Just
in
like
the
that.
city before, so thank you for the warning.
Dan, if we fly in on nightmares, are they going to stop us in the sky?
Well, you can try.
Okay.
I don't think you've ever seen anyone try and fly in, I guess is what I mean by that. You wouldn't imagine not, given that you have been here and lived here. But
I mean, we flew out on nightmares, didn't we? Did they stop us when we flew out? Was there like air patrols that we saw?
I don't think that it flew out of that third ring, or at least no one said that specifically. If so, that wouldn't have gone. Probably wouldn't have gone the same way. But I'm pretty sure you left and then mounted.
Okay.
We've ridden our nightmares through the street, though.
Yes.
So, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to stop at the Sultan's Requiem level 1 to get somebody stamped and approved.
All right. You all have slept that second night, again full rest, and make your way back to the city of Paelay. You find yourselves in the outskirts there, the Nexus. After passing quickly through the outer gates, Nobella and Aga, Aga, you've worked there, so Nobella goes in smoothly through that area. The guy that questioned you before doesn't this time, sees you and just waves you in. And you find yourselves in the Nexus, headed up to the Sultan's Requiem. You enter. It seems to be a buzz with a number of, the typical mercenary groups and newcomers, and everyone kind of shuffling to get an in, get quests, help out, and move their way up.
I'm going to kind of push Nobella forward. Holler if you need help.
Thank you. And she'll just walk forward to wherever she needs to go to get the right paperwork. I might, you know what, you all said you have some clout here in the city, right?
I'll come with you.
It might be a little bit easy. It might go a little bit faster.
All right.
Are we in the first circle, Dan?
That's the outermost, the Nexus, the lowest of them all.
All right.
So there's just ramshackle buildings put here, tents that are set up wherever there's room. Every time they build a new building, they just kind of cram it into an area that'll fit. Steps up, steps down, winding and twisting. Looks very much worse for wear down here. In fact, I think I can find...
Do those of us who have access to the center circle of Paelay, do we have passes or paperwork that we carry with us?
Yes. You have some sort of stamped, like a passport almost.
Okay.
I just kind of walk around. I'm Sheikah. It's okay. You may reference to me, or you may call me Queen. Sheikah. Nice to make your acquaintance. As a floating skull is right by me, if it's still there. And I most bow to
Queen Thaxel, I sure could use your help up here.
As Queen, yes, I can help you.
I believe you could get me a pass into the city, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We'll walk forward then.
I'm Queen Sheikah.
All right. Oops. Yikes.
If your name is Thaxel, does that mean you're Queen T?
Nice.
I don't know.
Alright, let me try and center this a little bit. We'll close, so we'll keep the Reaper face behind there. It's going to take a hot minute to load, I guess. Sure, why not? Well, you see, make a well, I don't know, Thaxel, as you're trying to cut through the crowd, do you want to use persuasion or intimidation as you say that?
I was planning on kind of going in front, elbowing.
Intimidation.
Assist. So I'd like to assist with
okay.
Elbows.
Oh, nice.
Taller than you, though.
Nobella just kind of dances in between the crowd, just like
I'm
smoke.
That was a 10.
No, he doesn't want to share. A 10.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
rolling
get
really
kind of
good.
shoved back. People here don't know, they're in the Nexus. They don't really know the system yet. And I guess that image isn't going to work. Bummer. Okay.
Yeah, Nobelle will just kind of smoke between the people. Just
As they
Cool
walk up,
stuff.
can Rhea just sort of like put her hands on Nobella, Aga, and Thaxel and cast Bless?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Feel a
Just to
surge
make sure.
of...
Oh, hold on.
It's
Hold on.
blessed.
Can I go back to that intimidation roll and roll my
Mhm.
my inspiration because
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to use it probably here soon. Ow. Thanks, Sammy. Okay. B10?
Yes.
Okay. That didn't help any. 11.
That's a bummer. Yep, there's still some shove back and so. Wait, but you have bless on ability checks, right? So, or that was after, right. I mean, you probably have enough. No one notices you. You're getting a little bit of elbows and shoves, but everyone's kind of doing that in here. So you could, if you want to try a second time, I'd say that'd be okay.
Okay.
As you cast Bless on Nobella, she kind of flinches, like in pain almost.
Too bad.
I mean, she'll take the
You're gonna
Bless.
take it,
it's
and you're gonna like it.
yeah, I will happily take this extra D4 for everything. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying this is what you notice when you do it.
Okay. Cool.
16.
Okay. You taking a deep breath and Thaxel it out, and this time, thanks to Agus gets a couple good jabs, elbows in as he's pushing through, and your voice just carries over, and people kind of and you see a clerk notice you, candy apple green hair, familiar, and Karina calls back, "Oh, yes, make way for the chica." And she sees, Rhea there as well in air. "Yes, please, make way for them." Well, it's a pleasure to see you. Not here in the Nexus, of course, but delightful to see your faces. And some new ones.
Yes.
Which is funny because you can't see most of Nobella's face, just her grin.
That's not disturbing at all. How may I help you all?
I need papers to get into the city with them.
Well, papers I can supply you with. Of course, if you'll gain residence here in the Nexus, if you wish to file with them, then you would be looking at climbing the ranks once more. If you all are willing to do so, then you could reform as a new group that includes Nobella. Otherwise,
You can't just make an addendum or something like this.
by will of the Sultan, no.
That's unfortunate, isn't it?
Are you kidding me?
Those must prove their power.
To be fair, we just went on a mission for the Sultan in order to protect his power, and Nobella was of assistance. Perhaps we could briefly, Nobella, take a trip to the center of the city and petition her be added to our group, given her assistance in our assistance to the Sultan himself. Can I roll an intimidation check, trying to rub it in her face that we've spoken to the Sultan in the center of town,
Sure.
You ain't shit out here in the Nexus?
Can I help with that by showing her my teeth?
Oh,
Bless.
This is your bless warning.
Oh, I'm blessed.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. So, I'm so glad I had assistance there. Thank you for that. That's intimidation. 12.
And she detects the tone.
Before she can reply, I'll lean in and just kind of, this isn't a permanent thing, just a one-time go in and out. I just want to be with them because I experienced some things in this disturbance that your Sultan would want to know about. And it was just me and the lizard one right there who saw these things. So just a temporary pass for a debriefing. Not part of their group, not part of anything. just to give a report. I'll be in and out of your hair for the rest of your life.
It's Sheikah Thaxel. And I have to say that this is nothing I haven't heard from most of the people in here. Everybody tries this. I cannot do this on your behalf. However, I do appreciate the camaraderie I've built with the rest of you. And there is a way that you could gain temporary admittance for you. And she kind of looks down at Nobella and gives sort of a side eye to Aga. As all these as these matters are of course under my purview as the representative of the Sultan here, I will put in a request for an audience with the Sultan. Nobella can be brought in as a witness to testify about the events that you speak of, especially if it's of matter to the Sultan. It will be up to the Sultan whether or not this is the bid for the meeting is accepted. But of course you hold weight, and it sounds like you are on a matter for the Sultan himself. So
Yeah, and I hope it won't take long because it does concern a lich, and we do have to go destroy his phylactery.
oh my,
Yeah.
I'm sure all the liches in all the world, yes, of course.
Catherine.
How
Please. Yes.
How long-
she
And
can-
I'm
think
actually
this will
gonna do
take?
I'm actually gonna do a little bit of vicious mockery with that too.
Okay. What does she
So
have
she
to roll?
needs oh shoot, I haven't looked this up in
So will save, I think.
wisdom. I'm fairly certain it's wisdom.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
It's wisdom.
Okay.
Vicious mock.
Yep. Well, she rolled a 14, which I don't think is.
that
Oh,
racial?
yeah, maybe it is because you're. I don't know what your things are.
My DC is only a 12.
Okay. Well, perhaps not. She kind of looks over at Thaxel and Ray and Airy.
We
I'll just-
apologize. I think
Catherine.
we can just have, just like you said before, we are very gracious for your friendship. And I'm pretty sure you can
not.
expedite this to happen now.
Actually, no. Don't be nice about it. Catherine, just do it. Please. Do it.
Thaxel, what did we say about impulsiveness?
I don't know what that is.
I'll just kind of turn my back to her and say to the other group, to say to the rest, you all just go on ahead without me. I can wait out here.
No.
I'm looking her dead in the eye and I'm just like,
Nice.
you know the queen. You can do this. You can make that audience happen. We've been here before.
Did
We're
you
holding
not
up
see
all
our
of
busy
these
house?
nice people.
It's Karina, she says to Thaxel, as she just corrected your name when Nobella said the lizard person. It's like, it's Karina. And that is the last time I introduce you to any boop. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Reapers.
I don't want to be introduced to any more Reapers. Okay. What? I am Tar.
I'll just kind of
physically restraining her.
Yeah. Again, I will just
Karina.
kind of grab her and just pull her away.
I have a different question for you, darling.
Yes, Shikareya.
Are there any rules against us helping our new acquaintance here get into the highest circle? And if not, give me something to knock out. I'll do it in about 20 minutes and then we'll have the paperwork taken care of.
Oh my God, we have to do this again.
No, we don't have to do it, but we can help her do it.
If she were to register under her own name, although I do, yes, if you were to register under your own name and then gain assistance from another party, as long as we didn't know about the assistance, and then she kind of looks over at Thaxel. However, I do believe you've stated it in front of all these people here, so. Rhea.
Don't worry, just go get your conversation done. I'll wait here with the dregs of society. It's fine.
The two of you may see the Sultan with her, and she kind of nods to Rhea and Airy. I will expedite a meeting.
Thank you.
I will have to, of course. reference the rest of this meeting.
Of course.
I don't need to see the Sultan. I just wanted to be with them to help them.
Very well.
Fine.
Well,
Exactly what we needed.
yes, I appreciate it, Karina.
Because she's not including Aga in that, Aga will just gently and quietly, without saying anything, open up his paperwork and just show her her paperwork and be like, I plan on attending that meeting as well if you could include my name. And it's all on the paperwork.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's not good.
Why am I being left?
Oh, that's not good.
This lady had your
It
back
can't
so
stop
hard
you
when you came in here.
Axel.
Oh, I'm actually kind of good at persuasion.
That's fine.
16.
Oh, that's exactly what you needed. Okay.
12 plus 4.
Very
Okay.
well. I will add your name.
Can I nudge Aga?
I am sorry for any misunderstanding. This just is an urgent matter.
Understand. Stress of business.
He'll turn and look. Yes. Pardon me.
Hello.
Axel, you
I
can get
believe
into the
that,
city anyways.
I believe that Ari was speaking to this earlier about impulsive behavior. I believe this was covered earlier. Impulsive behavior. And I'll intentionally say this loudly in front of Karina or whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we must be careful about the things we say and do brashly. Otherwise there are... What's the word, Ari? What's the word?
Consequences.
Thank you, Nobella. Consequences.
Well, you know, if y'all are gonna go talk to what's his face, I'm gonna take out the large femur that I had.
Don't forget, Vaxel, you can always do that at the estate. You're welcome
Well,
to go
I know
home.
if y'all are gonna go talk to the Sultan, then I could fashion this lovely, and looking at Karina, femur bone from my enemy and fashion it into the best, like, javelin I've ever created.
You know what? Maybe Nobelle could help with that. You know, who knows?
She can't get in.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Go make your report. Just go. Don't worry about all of
should just
this
say that
whatnot.
a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And so
yep.
I cast Whisper
Mhm.
to Thaxel, saying, I can't stop you from getting in. And who is she to know what meeting you're going to get into? Let's get through here. And then let's regroup.
Wise decision. Wise choice. Wise thought.
I'm just like doing this, and then I
Let it go.
I thank the woman as I'm passing her with
Nice.
Come on!
God Nobelle. Ag is coming to do.
The terrifying thing is, like, do we want Vaxel at this meeting?
I
I'm
will
so
be
scared.
on my
As-
I'm
best
so
behavior.
scared.
As we're pushing Vaxel out, that's
Oh.
darling. We just don't want to burn bridges. This is what we're. Just don't burn the bridge. We
I
need her at
wasn't-
some point.
I wasn't trying to burn a bridge. I don't want, like,
I know.
all the bridges are still here. We burnt the
Well-
forest.
I know. Well, there's a little bit of scorching on the bottom of that bridge, honey, and
What bridge?
It's a metaphor.
I don't know what that is.
I'll tell you about it when we get home.
Okay.
So we all head home knowing when the meeting is, or did we? She's just making a meeting.
Yeah, no, she was saying effectively you can go there now and wait, and as long as the Sultan says yes, then you'll be allowed in shortly.
Do you think they're sending the Reapers to come get us?
Can I see your papers?
I hope so.
Aga.
And he's gonna kind of like look at you and then look
I
at
want
his
to try to
papers.
recreate them.
That's what I figured. I'd rather not. And he's going to tuck them away, and he's going to go, like we said, we don't trust each other.
Fair enough. No, not recreate yours. Recreate some from me. I can do illusions like that.
I've noticed that this city is particular about their structure. And I have a feeling that those who try to get around it end up in trouble. And I have a feeling illusions aren't going to get past the guards here. You've seen the Reapers, have you not, Nobelle?
Nobella, and yes,
Nobella.
I have.
Sorry, I almost said Lo Siento. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm switching to Spanish, but I'm sorry, but I have a feeling those Reapers can see right through illusionary magic. So
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
But let's go tell this Sultan these dangers, and then let's leave. You want to find this phylactery, right?
I think this again is one of those up for discussion. The more we know.
This is the reason we have a war room and 2 libraries.
And a bar.
I think we really need to get you into the city at some point, Nobella.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm supposed to be impressed.
Are you good at
No, I'm
supposed-
just saying that's what they're there for.
I was mostly saying that because we have resources that
she kind of looks at Thaxel when she asks if she's good at sneaking, and just like,
Then why don't you just
you've
sneak
seen
in?
me.
Yeah, well, it's been a long, past 2 days of traveling, and
It's felt like about 2 weeks, hasn't it?
it has. I, you know what? I need a good soak. I need whiskey. I really need to get laid. And yes,
I did not need to know that part.
Well, I share a lot of information that no one cares about.
Really?
Yes, she does.
And it's fine. I'm very frustrated.
There's a
but
reason
again,
there's 3 of us saying things about impulsive behavior, Nobella.
You know what?
There's a reason.
Anyways, just
To answer your question,
Just
yes,
sneak in.
I can sneak.
can you
I
like,
can
just
even
sneak in?
do a form of teleporting.
Ah, there you go. Problem solved.
You've seen
So-
me pass through the shadows before.
Okay, that's exactly what I need you to do. We have this big ass mansion on this side of town, just like.
Or I
boom,
could
boom.
walk in with all of you guys, just like
We're
how
like
we were
already
allowed
at
to.
the door of the house when Thaxel's saying this.
Right. Daxel, why don't you go ahead and start your bath? It'll make you feel so much better.
See, we made it.
You definitely deserve a rest.
You're
I don't like.
Oh, sorry. Good.
I don't like that everyone's pushing me right now to do things right away.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying you deserve a rest. You've been through
Not
quite a
thinking-
lot.
I think we are all going to the Sultan together, Thaxel. We would not have this meeting without you. You saw some shit
Okay.
that none of us did.
Well,
Okay.
if I don't want to.
Hey.
I don't want to tell Thaxel what to do, but I'm going to wait to say this particular piece of information until I am sure there are no listening ears.
Nice.
But I'm going to grab Thaxel and say, if you're not there, the Sultan will never see the amulet, and will never have any reason to question it. I'm concerned that you bringing the amulet in, and it having any level of undead magic about it, may be a telltale sign that we are not telling the truth, and I think it's a bad idea to bring it. If you want to come, fine, but leave it at home.
Oh no.
I mean, that's what I thought your response would be, so I'm just saying, please don't bring that in the Sultan's palace.
How about I change my mind? I'm going to work on my poisons and work on some remedies for those poisons.
You
And
know
I'm going to.
Great idea.
I know. I know what you did there.
Get a
I don't
special one
appreciate
ready
it.
for Revis when we find him.
I already have his name on one.
Would you have one for McGregor too?
Yeah. Have you seen my to kill
Well,
list?
after you bring them back like the 4th or 5th time, like, do you have a new one for that? Like, even
Well-
more heinous than the first few?
Uh-huh. And I also have this, which is my dagger of venom that, my lover gave me. I like this. Shh. I'm good.
She must be something special. Pats her on the side. Just keeps walking.
Nice. Just a couple things to note. When you get your little passport thing, you're also magically marked. This is one of the ways that Reapers can tell who should be where. Second is that because Nobelle is with you, there are 2 Reapers that are assigned to walk with you as you can head up here to ensure that you're going straight to the Sultan's thing.
Are they assigned to Nobella or to us as a group? Because I wanted to pull Thaxel away from listening ears.
You would be able to do that, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that dangerous.
I don't want to be anywhere near those Reapers. Or at least I'm going to keep my distance if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Reapers and them not liking to be looked at, I would actually like to take some very close looks at them.
Okay.
And I'd actually like to see if these ones will talk and just start a few conversations with them if they'll speak.
They don't talk. In fact, it's sort of annoying. They don't even give you a nod or anything. They just continue on about their business. Sometimes they'll point or they'll hold a hand up to stop or do something like that, but that seems to be all you get out of them.
So I'll kind of like, as I'm inspecting them, like vocalize like scientific research style.
Nice.
These ones don't, and I'll even pull out paper and start to write it down. Like, these ones don't seem to have any kind of voice. It seems that they're entirely replaced by whatever it is that, and I'll like just completely like
Awesome.
trying to unsettle them by the idea that I'm trying to figure them out.
Okay. Nice.
Also, I'm actually taking notes on them and any kind
Ooh.
of odd behavior of the different types. I'm trying to identify what types of Reapers there are. You and I have messaged about this.
Yeah. Make an investigation check as you're doing that.
Can I have advantage since I've studied them before?
Yeah, you do have the research material, so.
Okay, cool.
Oh no.
And what am I making? You said investigation?
Investigation. Mm-hmm.
Okay, at advantage. Cool. I like advantage. Feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Not amazing, not terrible. It's 15. 11 plus 4.
Okay. I'm just going to log that away for now. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With a 15. Okay, so you take your notes and you start accumulating your own notes on the subject. Thaxel, you divert off to the house. Everyone else is headed to the Sultan's estate.
One more thing.
God damn it.
There we go.
One more thing.
When Thaxel breaks off to go home, I'm going to hand her Revis's spell book. And I'm going to say, please put this in my room or somewhere in the library. I don't want to bring it into the palace. Because I don't want them taking it. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Do you want it in your room or the library? Which one?
Preferably my room.
I'll have to figure out where that is. It's such a
where
big...
it is.
In my room.
It's the opposite side of your room.
Oh yeah, that's
On the
right.
Second floor.
Right.
Am I literally across the hall from Thaxel?
No. You are in the other wing. No.
Okay.
Yeah, Thaxel and
That
me
would
are
be
in
fun.
one wing, and then it's Ari and Rhea and Aga. in the other wing.
And I'll mention
Dina's
to
on
the
this.
skull. I'll say, separately, but I'll be like, keep an eye on the book. Make sure I don't have my room. She doesn't know that, but it's gonna know where the book is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thaxel wants to do another thing once everybody gets through what they were doing.
Okay. Let's see. He's off to the side, so I can't do that just yet. Okay. So, the rest of you continue walking towards the Sultan thing. Aga, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
A wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I think that's something I'm good at. Maybe. I'm not bad at it. Okay. All right, Dan. Okay. Ooh, a natural 19 plus 6 for a 25.
Okay. Yep. Thanks.
Do I feel any effect on me or?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Thankfully, yeah. Okay. So the rest of you carry on towards the Sultan's keep. You are let inside. These initial two reapers continue with you and set up with the other reapers that are, lining the different halls in here in the Sultan's area. And you pull up a seat and sit down in the waiting room. Excuse me. As you sit down at a grand, waiting room, beautiful chairs, super comfortable, pillows galore, tapestries on the walls. It's nice and cool in here. The air. There are finger foods that are regularly being changed out. Drinks. There are. You see others sitting here in the room as well. You count. I think it's 6. The Ghost Bloods sit here waiting for an audience as well. They kind of give a snarl over to you, especially, I don't have his name right in front of me, but the one whose nose was broken. Ugh. Looks at a lot of you.
Would I be familiar with this group?
I don't think so. They were at a lower tier when you all left.
Okay.
I think this is probably the first time you've seen them up here. Would have encountered them, having spent your time up here.
I'll kind of lean over to Rhea and be like, "Why's the guy with the fucked up nose angry at you?"
Because we fucked up his nose.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And they made it all the way up here with you guys?
Oh, I don't know if they're up here. I think they're just waiting their turn to have a little chat. I'll tell you all about them when we get home.
Okay. All right.
It's a fun story.
Huh.
Just gonna stare at them.
Smells like one.
Nice. The broken nose guy, the half elf, get up and they walk over and sit in the seats opposite of your party. Just annoyingly, there's so many seats in here. They get up and walk over and sit down, and been a while since we saw the likes of you. Kind of licks his teeth all gross. And
Are they facing us or like with their backs turned to us?
So the seats are mostly along the wall, and they sat down. Like, imagine you're all sort of sitting together, so they sit down on the chairs on either side of your group, and kind of belches in. Oh gosh, who's here? And Aries' face. Yeah, we'll say you're on the end. Sorry, Aries. Belches in your face. Oh, sorry.
Are the Reapers sitting by me, Dan?
They're
are they just
standing
in the
along the
room?
wall in the room.
Okay.
Or the Ghost Bloods. The Ghost Bloods, these Duvide.
No. The Reapers that were escorting me.
Okay, they're nearby. They took up station along one of the walls.
Okay.
The other guy, if you're on the other end, then the half elf guy sits down next to you and just gives you a sneer.
So big and bad when you're in here protected.
You crushing Broken Nose's ego because he has none, or it's too ridiculous, too fragile. Could take any of you any day.
Aga snorts.
Come find us when you're done. We'll take care of that.
All right, and you hear him snort like a huge loogie inside and then swallow it because there's nothing here and he's super gross. Meanwhile...
Well, you all just make friends real easily around here, don't you?
Oh, this is the worst kind of scum, Nobelle.
I know, I've seen plenty like them.
Are any of them drinking or eating anything?
So there's the 3 dwarves here, the human that with the broken nose, I think a high elf or a half elf, I can't remember. But then across the way, remaining in his seat, is a really bulky half orc slicked back black hair, and he's, in a very calm, sophisticated manner, sipping on some wine from a nice goblet and picking at some cheese and crackers and some grapes.
But he's not with the Ghost Bloods.
The rest of the group knows he's with them, and he was sitting with them before they walked over. He's just not engaging, and, seems like a trifling matter to him. He's not engaging.
He's not.
But none of the
being,
ones that are messing with us are eating or drinking anything?
The ones near you are not, correct.
Okay.
Not right now.
Just to clarify, it's a wood elf, and he has a Keanu Reeves bun. So says Dan.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And the guy with the broken nose, his name is Rizton.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The one who belts in my face is right next to, sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you decide if I can do this, but as a cantrip, I have poison spray, and I don't want it to seem like a full-on attack is happening, but because it can it comes out of my hands, I project this.
Yeah.
Can I just basically stretch and put some pretty damn close to his face, not a full attack? I think it's a D12, but a D6 or something. Just a slight, just gagging poison spray.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Well, he rolled a 12, so I imagine that fails.
That would definitely take him. Yeah. So it's just I won't do that. Actually, oh no, 5th level. Okay. So, but still we're doing half. So it's actually a 6. I rolled a 6 on it.
Nice. Okay.
Poison damage.
You pass that in his face. And he jumps up out of his seat and actually slips.
I know it's really hard to breathe here with your nose.
And he's trying to get up real quick. It slips and lands nose first on the floor. Crack. You hear a fresh crack in his nose.
Just
you did that, and they don't care. Reapers are there they're just stoic. Meanwhile, as this carries on, back in the estate, Faxel, you arrive back. You step inside, and one of the servants greets you. Good evening, Queen. Welcome home. We didn't know when to expect you, so I had your guest wait in the library.
What guests?
Well, he's been summoned, and as he says that, from the top of the stairs, you see walking down a Tassos in very fine, formal wear. Not quite tuxedo level, but dressed very nicely to the nines. Hair sort of done up nice even. He's got sort of wild hair that's been somewhat tamed. And he's walking down, and as he sees you, he breaks into a run and comes down the stairs and goes to pick you up. Whee! But you're much taller than him, so it's up to you if you want to subvert that and pick him up instead. Whatever you want to do. That's just what he's...
One of those, hold her on the neck and then...
Yeah.
Spin.
Perfect. And he's into it, of course. Not the first time you've done this.
Could I, Sorry, go ahead while I'm thinking.
Okay. Make a quick wisdom saving throw if you would, Axel.
That's, yeah. 24.
Oh, jeez. Okay. You were just, and I'm saying how you feel, but his scent is intoxicating. His arms are around you, and he's trying to say something, but he's choking in his throat a bit. He's just welling up with tears and emotion at seeing you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session because it's kind of late.
No! No!
Sorry.
Hey guys, the last time Dad had a group make hidden wisdom saving throws, one of us started turning into a lich.
Well, I was gonna do like an insight check or something.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No. No. I left the book with her. And when I let it go, it went to you,
Yes.
and now you're making
Yes.
saving throws.
Yes.
Oh my god, the book is his phylactery. It's heavily encoded. It's got a bunch of necrotic and oh my god.
As soon as you said take my book, and I was just like, nope, put it in my room. Like, no.
I got the power.
Well, the thing is, if it's in my room,
I know.
That's so nice.
I don't think it was gonna make it to your room.
but it wasn't if she didn't pass the saving throw.
Yeah.
But so far, both of us have rolled above 20s. But Jesus,
Dude.
Hey, no
Guys.
metagaming.
Cuckoo.
I'll just say I felt, oh my god, I was so I wanted to retcon this, but when we stayed the extra night in the forest, I wanted to say that me and you got together on the book specifically, but we didn't. So I just let it pass. But
well,
this book,
shit.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Man, but how do you I'm a wizard, man. How do you let a lich's spellbook go? You just don't do that. You just God, I'm so
Axel better not show Tassos that book. Don't you hand my brother that book. You're gonna be in so much trouble.
Well, I don't know if it's him. That's why I was like, come back to me, because I wanted to do like an insight.
Oh, see if
check.
it's really Tassos? Yeah, you can do an insight. It's really him.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was like, this is a trick, because
Aw.
he can't be here type thing because of daddy issues.
He made
whatever.
sure he went to the proper things this time. So to be
He learned his lesson.
yes, thoroughly. Awesome. Thank you so much, players. Again, amazing roleplay, and it's just so exciting to see all the story you come up with. Thank you so much. And it was so nice to see you back, Stray Cat. Thank you for being here. And everyone, Half Donut, sorry I didn't catch you sooner. And thank you for the wonderful commentary, Franco and everyone and Steph. Catch us here. Oops, sorry, I'm terrible at multitasking. Here's our YouTube page in case you have missed any episodes and you want to catch them. We upload them all there. This is Kier's Lament. We stream it every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. This is our all evil campaign, in case you couldn't tell. Because we had some evil stuff going on. Then we have our good campaign. That's Friday nights, Stormfall, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern.
I wouldn't call it so much good as dramatic. Like Friday is the soap opera.
For real, yeah. And then, of course, we have our new campaign, DM by Victoria here.
Heyo.
Yay! That is a really exciting... I get to be playing it, so I'm extra psyched. But it's a really fun campaign. It's like an exploration kind of based one. Discovery with all your amazing D&D stuff in there as well. And that's every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. It's called Obsidian Scar. So catch them all out here on Twitch as well as on YouTube. You can hang tight with us throughout the week and play some Discord D&D, as I've almost have it set up on our Discord. And I'm rambling now, so I hope you all have a wonderful night. And thank you all so much. Take care. We'll see you all soon.
Bye.